What's going on? Nobody in the house yet, but it's still early. We just got started. It is late at night. It's 1:15 in the morning. Figured I'd go live for a little bit. Yes, I know. StreamYard let me know I'm live on my channel. We got one person in the house. What's going on? Don't know who it is yet, but out here at the lake doing a little bit of really late night fishing. Giving it a try. Bullets and barbecue, my man. What's going on? Hey, we're up to 3 people already. All right, what's going on, everybody? We got a late night going. Figure we give it a try. Got a bait rod out. Trying to catch some crappie right here off the dock. Got 3 rods out. Trying to catch catfish. Eugene, what's going on, man? Yeah, I didn't schedule it too far in advance, so I just got started. So appreciate you coming in here. Where am I? I'm in Oklahoma, just east of Oklahoma City. Don't know what kind of crowd we'll pull tonight, but you know what? That's all right. I just figured I'd go live, try to share a little bit of time with some people, see if maybe we can catch something. Got 5 wonderful people in here right now. 2 talking, that's all right. Everybody might eventually chime in, but that's if they don't, that's cool. I appreciate everybody for being in here. Yes, Eugene, it's good to have you in here, man. I came out, met Daniel 45 down here earlier today, and we fished for a while. What's up, Steve Loke? What's going on, man? Nighttime fishing, hell yeah. The weather, my phone says 53. Got a light breeze at my back coming out of the southeast. It's not bad. I mean, it's chilly. I got a coat on. I mean, super clear. No rain in the forecast coming up. So it's nice. It was almost 70 today. We're doing good with the temperature. It's coming up. But I met up with Daniel 45. We went out on the boat for a while. We marked a ton of fish. We just couldn't ever find any. We couldn't ever end up getting any. Went and hung out with him for a while after we got done. Got the boat out of the water. Went over to his place. Hung out with some of his neighbors. And since the lake's on the way home, figured what the hell, I'll stop, try for a while. And I've been here for just a little bit. No bites yet. I had 1 bite on my bait rod. Trying to catch some crappie on it. But some people were out here fishing. They said they were marking fish around this area. They didn't have any luck, but they left me with a bag of, I guess, strawberry jello chicken. So fishing for Whiskers. What's going on? How you doing? So we'll see. We'll see if anything happens. I've fished over here before. I've done a live here before. I had 1 monster takedown one time. Drug me under some brush. So maybe we can get some redemption here. Carpet down under. What's going on, Jeremy? Appreciate you guys coming in. I know it's late at night. I know it's mid-afternoon for you, Jeremy, probably. You're out Monday, caught some crappie and no catfish. Hey, catching some crappie's nice though. Wearing a tank top and shorts. 11:20 p.m., 76 degrees. Yeah, rub it in, Steve. I know you're out there west. I'm doing all right. Whiskers, I'm not too bad. Got some nice weather. Say it's a little chilly. I got a coat on, so I'm covered. I'm good. I'm just out here trying. I have no time constraints, so I figured, what the hell? I'm gonna come out here and see if maybe the late night bite's gonna happen. Don't know if it will, but I got some bluegill on the hook. Got a piece of chicken on one. The guys left me when they were leaving. I also have some other stuff in in my bait box right now. But two are baited with some cut bluegill, one with chicken. So we'll see what we can do. Okie girl, catfishing. What's going on, Micah? How are you? What's up, Troy? Lynn, what's up? Oh, you're wearing a thong grilling at 35. Lynn, I would actually believe that. Hey, everybody, Okie girl, that is Daniel 45's wife, significant other. I was out fishing with him earlier today. We had a good day out on the water. Micah, I'm sorry to hear. I was out with you guys last weekend when you got the news of your friend's mom dying, and I know you had a funeral today. I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope everything went okay, your trip and everything. So I am sorry to hear about that. Fishing for Whisker says, Lynn, that was a mental image she could have lived without having. And for a lot of people, I do not know Fishing for Whiskers' name, but I do believe Fishing for Whiskers is a female. Don't know that I've done much talking with her, but there are a bunch of fish flipping around here. I don't know what it is. Might be carp. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, you had to drive all the way out to Clinton. That's a 2.5 hour drive. I stayed in Clinton for 6 months when I worked on a wind farm. So I know. I'm all too familiar with that drive. Hopefully we'll get a bite out here. Hopefully we'll get something. I didn't bring my rod rack because I did go out on the boat and wasn't expecting to be on the bank. But it turned out. Figure what the hell, I was gonna stop by here. Got my rods propped up on the rail. So I do have the bank, or I have the bank. I have the drag backed off. Got the clickers turned on. So hopefully something will bite, and I won't lose a rod. Got 9 wonderful people already. We're only 8 minutes in. Yeah, I've had the bait out for a little bit. My bait rod, I just got a little piece of cut bluegill on the hook. I did have one bite on it not too long ago. I was actually trying to set up the stream, and I had a bite on it. And when I yanked it, it wasn't there. So we're going to try. But, what the hell? If I'm out here in the middle of the night, out here on my own, figure what the hell? I'll get some people, see if I can drag some people in here with me, try to entertain somebody, do a little fishing, see if maybe I can catch something, and everybody gets to see me catch something and enjoy a little bit of fishing. If not, you can enjoy some company from me. Why is it so quiet? What's going on, Catfishing Curtis? Man, I'm going to tell you why it's so quiet, because there ain't a soul out here but me, and I love that. And it's 1:30 in the morning almost. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate that. Yeah, give a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I try to be a good host. I don't always catch fish, but when I do, I try to make it entertaining. But I do try to be entertaining while I am live. Try to just be here with everybody and stay up with the chat. Catfishing Curtis, man, it's good to see you back around. I know you took a little hiatus, it seemed like, so good to have you back around. What's the glow in the distance? That would be probably the light shining from Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is a ways from here to the northwest, but That is the direction that the camera's facing. So that might be the glow from Oklahoma City. Thought you, wow. You thought you put the thumb. Wow, Troy, I appreciate it. I'm glad you didn't. I hope you didn't put thumbs down. I don't catch many fish, but I try to provide some kind of a good entertainment here. Wow, Catfish Curtis, get your pants on. Uh-oh. Yeah, you better keep him on anytime you're around Lynn. I heard he likes to check the guy's oil. Yeah, Lynn will check your oil for you. He might let you know if you're a quart low or not. Stand still long enough, he'll let you know if you're 2 quarts low. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. We're up to 11 people. Hell, 1:30 at night. I got 11 people in here. That's awesome. Hopefully, we're going to get to see some kind of action. Hell, I don't care if it's bait rod bend over. Y'all don't want to see me bend over. I'm sure you'd much rather see one of these rods bend over and hear a little bit of zinging and a fish come in. I do not have a net on me, so I hope if I do get something, I'll be able to bring it over the rail. You hit the thumbs up twice for me. Wow. You hit the thumbs up twice for me. Well, if you hit it twice, that means there's nothing there, Troy. What the hell? Kevin Baker, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? We've had live going for 12 minutes. Been out here fishing, I don't know. I've only had the baits in the water for maybe about half an hour. Maybe a little over half an hour, I think it was. No bites. Had a bite on the bait rod. What do I have for bait? Right now, I have some cut bluegill and a piece of chicken. And it is, there were some guys, there was a group of people when I left, when we pulled the boat out of the water when I was fishing with Daniel. There was a whole group on a boat. This guy said he is a guide, striper guide down at Texoma. And they were up here fishing. Got a pretty damn nice boat. And I'd love to have it. I mean, it'd be perfect. Hell, if it was like one or two people, shoot, you could put a cot in the boat and lay down and sleep for a while, wait for a bite. But when they were leaving, they ended up giving me. They were leaving when I got back here, and they gave me a bag of strawberry. I think it's strawberry jello chicken. So I've got a piece of that chicken on one hook, and I've got cut bluegill on 2 hooks. Jeremy been doing trout and saltwater fishing recently. That's cool. Do I have one straight down? Only my bait rod. That's just got a piece of cut bluegill on it. You wish you could go fishing. The water's still up and it's freezing. Damn, Troy. I think what Daniel's what his depth finder was showing was the water here is like 48 degrees. So that was during the midday when the temperature was up around 70 almost. So we're still working on getting the water up to 50. Hopefully we'll get up there here pretty soon. Would like to see some warmer water. Waiting on we call them sand bass. It's actually Oklahoma's state fish is the white bass. But everything I read, they say when the water starts getting in the 50s to 60s, that's when they start spawning and running. So I know a lot of people are chomping at the bit for that, and I'd love to be able to do it too. Get out, catch a lot of them, because they do, they're good bait. We have no size limit and we have no number limit on them. But waiting on that. And I like to fry them up with crappie because, I mean, you never notice the difference. I've never noticed a difference in taste on them. So woke up to pee, so so you don't pee the bed. Found me on. All right. Well, if you were, what is it, Brian B or Has? If you were Brian B, you'd be somebody be wishing for you to pee the bed. You need me to come warm you up. Sorry, Lynn. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. I'm not in the habit of warming dudes up. Outside temperature is 28 there. Holy hell. 53 degrees right here. What's up, Martin? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Gotta go. All right, Jeremy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you popping in, hanging out for a few. I didn't check. I don't know if anybody else is live. I just figured, what the hell? I'm going to set it up. I'm going to get going and see if I can catch something. Anybody wanted to come in, they would. If they didn't, they didn't. But I appreciate each and every one of you that comes in, hangs out. I think Alicia done fell asleep on me. Of course, when I told her that I might go live, her response was, oh. So, oh, whatever. I don't know. I guess she's upset that I was going live. I don't know. I'll stay out here for a while. I only have one light with me, so hopefully it don't end up dying on me before too long. I mean, it'll stay going for a while. But I'd like to catch something. I don't care if it's crappie or anything, whatever. I just want something. Might need to put another piece of bait on my bait rod. I went ahead and cut up some of the bluegill I had. I didn't bring minnow bucket or anything. Otherwise, I've got little crappie nibbles. I've had them work before in the day. I never really tried them at night, but I did actually finally have them work. So I guess they do work. We are up to 12 wonderful people in here. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming in, hanging out with me at this wee hour of the morning. I know for a lot of people, if you're in here from the East Coast, it is 2:30 in the morning, and you either been out drinking or you just bored around the house like I typically am and want to watch some fishing and hang out. Have some people to talk to, so put a tiny piece of chicken on my bait rod. Well, I've been putting tiny pieces of cut bluegill. I got some cut bluegill right here that have been cutting up. So I probably maybe go ahead and put a fresh piece out on it. But I do have the chicken I might try. I'm not going to cut up much more of that bluegill than I have to because I'll send it out as catfish bait if I end up having a reason to. But yeah, I got the chicken with me. I still got some of that pork kidney that I've had for quite a while. It was in the freezer. I've been dragging it back and forth, back and forth. Haven't used it the last number of times I've been out because I've always had fresh, I've had some kind of fish bait to use, so I haven't used it. But I have caught a fish or two on it. I think maybe I might have only caught one fish on it, but I have caught something on the pork kidney, and it works. I mean, a lot of stuff will work. It's just a matter of whether there's fish around to make it work anyway. If there's no fish, nothing's going to work. Doesn't matter what you put on the hook. I mean, it's not like they're going to come from half mile away to come find the bait you got out there. So All we can do is try throw some bait out on a hook, see what we can do. But it's definitely time to give the fridge, freezer, and the shop at the house a break. So whatever I don't use tonight is going to go ahead and go in the trash. Need to buy a new box of baking soda. Put in there. I'm surprised Febreze hasn't come up with something that you can throw in a freezer or fridge, take the smell away, and of course, you don't want to add scent because then all of a sudden things just food will pick up that scent. I can't put bait on my bait rod. Try the liver. It's kidney. It's not liver. But hey, no, I've actually caught um, what it? Yeah, I've caught small catfish on little slivers of crappie, and I've caught bluegill on little slivers of bluegill. It's funny how that works, but yeah, I learned that trick from an old guy. I was out fishing one day, and Max the Magcatter, if you guys have seen him, me and him and his son, we were all on the same dock. And this old guy that was out there, he fishes a lot, and there were a friggin' ton of bluegill swimming around the dock. And he goes, "Hey," and he pulled out this itty bitty little hook, and he was hand lining it. And he just tied this hook up to his little spool of line, and all he did was cut little bitty slivers of crappie, and he put them on his hook, and he was catching bluegill at the ass. And it's crazy the way that worked. But John Holiday, what's going on, bud? How you doing? We're up to 14 people. I appreciate everybody for coming in. But yeah, what do you mean you can't put bait on your bait rod? Bait's bait. You got to use some kind of bait to catch the bait. I mean, hell, it's no different than using minnows for catching crappie, which I mostly do when I'm out for crappie. I didn't stop and get any minnows. I didn't bring the minnow bucket, but I mean, fish meat's fish meat. If a fish is going to come after it, whatever's clever, right? Something flipping right around here. We did see a lot of stuff when we were heading back. We saw a lot of stuff jumping. It was probably carp. One of these days, I definitely do want to get out and try for carp. I think it'd be fun. What everybody says is they're fun to catch, and I do want to catch one, and I want to take it home and I want to cook it. I've never tried carp, and I'm not going to be one of those people that says, "Oh, I don't like carp because everybody else says it." If I don't like it, I want to say I don't like it because I have tried it. If I do like it, I'm going to say I like it because I have tried it. Otherwise, they're good. They're good bait too. I had good luck with them. Half Century, what's going on, man? How are you tonight? We're going to hope one of these rods decides it wants to bend over, take it like a rod, and get a fish on the hook. Because we need a fish. I think the last time I was live, I caught one. Might have been the last time I was live. When I was at this lake, I was just on the totally different end of the lake. But I caught that 8.5 pounder. Now with gas the way it is and everything else, it makes it kind of hard to really get around, go fishing where I'd really like to, just explore. So this lake is only 20-25 minutes down the road from the house. To a lot of people, that's a long way. And when you don't have much in the way of gas and you don't have any money to put gas in the truck, it adds up too. But what the hell? Especially then when you got to pay for parking here. Got to pay $8 a day here. One of these days I'll have the extra $60. I can just pay for an annual pass. 'Cause that'll cover me at all the state parks around the state. Also, not just here. But it's funny, they charge you $8 a day, or you can spend $60 and get a whole year. And it's kind of like going to Six Flags and, oh, we're going to charge you $60 for today, but here, $65, and we'll go ahead and give you a whole year's pass, and you can keep coming. Well, okay, that's a no-brainer. Go ahead and do that. And that's what happened back years ago, back in '08 or '09. Me and a girlfriend I had at the time, and in a big group of friends, we went down to Six Flags down in Arlington, Texas, right there in Dallas suburb area. But we went down there, and they looked at my ID, and they were like, "Hey, well, since you're from Oklahoma, and since the cost of a season pass is basically the cost of one day's entry, do you want to go ahead and get a season pass?" I was like, "Well, duh, okay." Now, I think I only ended up making it down there one more time that season, but it still paid off. Yeah, normally a substantial discount. Yeah. What's up, Chad? How you doing, bud? Can I have it put on my vehicle registration? Not here. That it doesn't work that way in Oklahoma. I mean, that'd be cool if they did, but yeah, we don't. They don't offer that. Asian carpet and bed. Yeah, I'd be willing to try any carp. I like fish, so throw it on a plate. Cook it up, throw it on a plate, and I'll try it. I don't care what it is. I love sushi. And to a lot of people always, oh, it's just raw fish. Well, thing is, most all of that fish has been flash frozen at one point in time before it ever gets thawed and cut up and put on your plate. So, yeah, it is raw, but anything that could have been in it to make you sick is no longer there. Martin is at daylight. Where Martin's at in the UK, it is 7:43 in the morning. It might be daylight now. Yeah, Martin, thanks for sharing out John's link. You guys, if you're a mod, you can share links. Get people shared out there. That's fine. Asian carp's pretty decent, but seriously bony. In Michigan, you can add the park pass to your vehicle registration, and it reflects on your license plate. Well, see, we got to enter here. We got to enter our license plate and everything when we do it, but no, you've got to go through this whole website and everything to do it. There's no way of putting it on your registration. So, they don't give us that option. Hey, 50 Cent. I'm going to go 50 Cent, half century. That's funny, Chad. That's a good one. He's always here in the day. Yep. Yeah, Martin's a good one. Martin's always around. Martin spreads the love everywhere. He's been around for a good while. He's a good dude. If Martin, oh, I was gonna say if Martin's not a mod, but then all of a sudden he's sitting here sharing links. So, oh yeah, Martin's a great guy. He's nice. He's always around trying to help out however he can. Uh, Richard J. So, Chad, who are you talking about when you say Richard, and Jay? I'm not sure who you're talking about. If you're talking about CFM Rich, I have nothing to say about him. After what he did to Alicia, he could disappear and I wouldn't care. He's lucky I didn't go off on him during that time, but I didn't because Alicia asked me not to. He's a worthless individual, and that's all I got to say. You assumed it was like that? No, man. John everywhere. Every state's totally different, man. It's yeah. We got to come through you got to go through a website. They've got signs up, and they just implemented this like about a year or so ago. And there's like 22 different state parks around Oklahoma that you've got to do it, and each one has a different code that you've got to text this number, and then you've got to put that parking area's code in, and then it gives you a link you got to click, and then you've got to add. You've got to select how you want to pay, whether it's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or a week or whatever. Oh, oh yeah, Rich and Leo. Rich is awesome, yeah. And then okay, sorry about that, Chad. Yeah, Richard Jarvis and Rich and Leo. Yeah, they're all great guys. Sorry, you were short on that, so I wasn't sure what you were getting at, who you were talking about. But yeah, Rich and Leo. Yeah, I haven't been around to be able to see Rich and Leo too much here lately. Any fish? No, sir, not yet. Yep, I hear that, Chad. He can stay there and keep his channel there too. But nope, no fish, no bites so far. Had one bait a while back on the bait rod. Need to reel it in, put a fresh piece of bait on it. I just kind of been, that's just dropped down. I might re up the bait on the cat rods here before long. They've been out there for probably about 45 minutes or better. Tennessee, yeah. I mean the bite's been crazy here too. When I was out on the boat with Daniel, hell, we were marking fish like crazy. Now, I mean, he didn't want to stop off in the water. We did stop in a spot and tie off on some trees. We didn't have any luck there. But as we were coming back up, there wasn't really. I mean, there was a lot of fish being marked, but we never stopped to really try for them. We did drag. I drug a bait and left one suspended as we kind of drifted for a while. Still had no luck. So, how's my son doing, Eugene? I definitely appreciate you asking. That's awesome. Dominic is doing awesome. I have a video or two that I'm going to post. I should have already done it, but I had him. Was it a week? I had him the week before last, before this past. Okay, so not the week we're currently on finishing up. I had him a week ago, and we had a great time. He met several new friends around the neighborhood, in the next neighborhood over, and everything. He had a great time. And I've got video that I'm going to post of him with his very first ride on his bicycle with no training wheels. And he was pretty well ready for it anyway. I could tell, as much as we got out and rode, he did not need them. And they were actually more of a kind of a crutch, because they kind of hindered how he rode. And then once we took them off, We tried in the backyard first just to make sure, but took him off, and I gave him a push. As soon as I gave him a push, he was gone. Like I said, he has not really needed them for a while. Um, I took one off and let him try it, and he still tried to rely on the other one. So I was like, well, I saw that his chain needed adjusted, so we took it into the shop, adjusted his chain, changed his seat height because it was a little bit different without the training wheels on it, but dropped his seat down a little bit and took the other training wheel off. Gave him one push, he was gone. Gave him another push, he was gone. And then my dad did it, and he rode around. So within just a few minutes, he was like, "Daddy, I want to go out to the road." Okay. We went out to the road, and literally, he didn't want to stop. I couldn't have been more proud of him. I mean, that was one of those proud daddy moments. So yeah, he did not want to stop. He was like, "Daddy, get your bike." So got my bike out, and we went and rode around the neighborhood. Shoot, I had to keep changing gears on my bike just to keep up with him. I mean, yeah, those training wheels hindered him. He fell over a time or two trying to turn, but after that, he's gotten it. He can turn in the road now. He's good. So it was awesome. I couldn't have been any happier. Fish won't bite there in Kentucky. The only fish you saw yesterday was from Dana and John. Yeah, John caught that. They caught that nice, what was it, 11 and a half pounder, something like that. That was pretty nice. Haven't seen us since the Monster Jam. Well, Eugene, I have been live once or twice since then, but you might not have been able to make it, but I'm glad you're here now. Jealous of y'all with this nice weather. My little monkey went on spring break this weekend. Had fishing plans. It's currently 22, snowing and blowing. Won't get over 30 till midweek. Holy hell. John, where are you at again? I forget where you're at. What's up, Duggar? We got the alien mugger in here. Oh, you're in Cincinnati? Holy hell. Yep, cold up there. We've had a lot of wind. That's what's kind of made things really crappy here. The wind died down, so that's nice. We're supposed to get almost 80 here the next day or two. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s, and I think Monday's supposed to be close to 80. So that's going to be nice. You hit your jewels on the bar several times. Yeah, I had to. He was having some trouble, and I tried to show him. I'm like, dude, Dom, just put your feet in front of the pedals. You can stand flat on the ground, leave the bike between your legs, just straddle that bar. Nope, no fish yet, Duggar. Yeah, thank you, Martin. Yeah, I'm going to post a video or two of him just to, show off those proud daddy moments, because nothing like those times. And I didn't have the camera out the very first time when he got going, but it was definitely nice to enjoy. But after that, I did definitely want to get some video so I, could show off. I should have just put it on the tripod, so I wasn't holding it. I could just record and enjoy it. But, at the same time, I did enjoy watching him. I didn't watch the camera. I watched him. If I catch a fish tonight, you might have to get rid of your rods. Hey, Troy, I caught an 8.5 pounder last time I was out. But, if you need to get rid of any rods, go ahead and send them to Oklahoma. Your kid's 34 now? Well, I'm 41. My son's 5. I started later than I wanted to, but, it wasn't necessarily by choice either. I mean, had girlfriends over the years, but, you take those precautions and everything. Well, when I'd met his mom, that, I was in that state of mind that I wasn't really worried about those precautions because I was happy where I was. It came about. So, yeah, the kids definitely fun. The fishing changed the program. John Parker, Lee Evans. Yeah, I know they're catching fish now. So yeah, I've got to step up my game and do something. Lee Evans and the Parkers are now catching fish. I really got to get something going. Yeah, Chad's sister caught her first flathead on J Dog's boat. That was awesome. Just wanted to say hey and off to a nap. All right, Duggar. I appreciate you coming in. I know it's really late. I know Hog Leg's not live for you to go up on, so you got some time to sleep. But I do appreciate you making your point to come in here and hang out. Always a pleasure. I love you, Mr. Duggar. Hope you're doing all right. I know times have been really hard here, but I really hope you're doing well. Got to learn to throw a cast net this year. Yeah. My dad picked one up at Walmart on clearance a while back. I need to break it out and start trying to toss it around the backyard so I know what the hell I'm doing with it. Definitely need to be able to get it out there and try to catch, hell, even if I catch some carp with the damn throw net, that'd be great. We can keep them if you catch carp in the cast net and the throw net. So you were on the Hawking River. Was that the Stephen Hawking River? Well, half century, no other way to learn other than to get one and just do it. I've never done it, so, getting the one out that my dad got and at least trying in the backyard, it's one way to learn. All right. Catch a fatty, bro. I'm going to try. Hopefully I catch something. I haven't touched them here in a little bit. I might reel them in. Yeah, J-Dog. J-Dog's a great guy all the way around, everybody says. I haven't gotten to experience that personally. Everybody says he's a great guy. I believe it. I'm going to, I don't know, adjust my baits, reel them in a few feet. See if that'll make any difference. I said a few feet, maybe 20, 30 feet, I don't know. Get them into a different spot anyway. All right, we're going to catch something now, maybe. Oops. Hold on, got to go pick up my trash real quick before it blows away. It's one thing I don't like about right here is they don't have any trash cans down on the dock. sucks. Then you see, if you can see right out here to the end of this, on the top of this post, people just shove their trash down in that pipe. That's when you end up with crap like that. They need to quit being lazy. They got people that come out here and take care of the lake. Those same people can come out here and pick up trash, haul off trash bags. So if they put a trash can out here on these docks, people to have a place for their trash, you won't end up with as much trash out in the water. But I guess not everybody has that same thought. Boop. Kerplunk. Maybe we'll get a bite on the bait rod. Can't get a catfish bite. Maybe we get a bait bite. Be happy for that. All right. What a miss in the meantime. Gave in and sent the coordinates to your flathead hole position. Yeah, Eugene, you ought to practice with it. I need to get the one my dad got out and start the track. Start working on it. Rod as big as a whale. He actually gave me a rod and a reel. That's awesome, Chad. You know, that kind of sucks about, you know, I don't have many people around here that I can fish with. You know, as far as, you know, from YouTube, I could always meet people to fish with, but it's just, you know, you don't get, I don't know. I can meet people, but it seems like I get to know everybody on YouTube a hell of a lot better than I meet somebody, I might get the phone number, and then I never hear from her or never hear back from them when I get a hold of them. Ain't got the time or whatever, want to fish. So, but, you know, you guys out there out east, there's a lot of people within driving distance of a lot of you guys. So that kind of sucks out here. Don't have a lot. Do have a group of, I mean, I say a group. Got 3 or 4 guys I can fish with. Yeah, Chad, there's not very many people on here that I would ever think would be anybody. Now, I did meet one person who turned out to be, you know, somebody you think would be your friend, and all of a sudden, within no time, they stab you in the back. You know, I'm not going to get into that, but otherwise, yeah, everybody else, I have no doubt that everybody else is going to be, you know, good people to talk to and get to know. A couple of guys pulled up and had the same net. They tried a few times. They gave up on the net. Damn. Yeah, having a net, it will help you catch some good live bait. The lakes, a bunch of the lakes that I fish around Oklahoma City, we cannot throw cast nets. We can't use any kind of nets, so that's kind of what's been hard. The lake I'm at right now, I can use them. So if I had it here, I could try. So I have no guarantee, but you know, you never know until you toss it out and throw it. Catch shad on stink bait. I don't believe it, but maybe. I don't know. I mean, shad do get big. Um, what was it? Oklahoma. Somebody back a few months ago caught a state record shad in Oklahoma, and it was like almost 2.5 pounds. I think it was a gizzard shad. So they're going to eat something, especially when they get 2.5 pounds. I didn't really I wasn't sure about it, but then I looked it up, and sure as hell, yeah, I found it online, and it was a new state record for shad. Yeah, Eugene shad, they do get expensive. Ah, damn, that sucks, man. We don't really have much in the way of anything when it comes to bait laws. There are just certain lakes that you can't use a cast net. But as far as what you can use where, there's really we do have some lakes that uh, you can't keep crappie unless they're over 10 inches. So that does kind of put limitations on using crappie for bait. Um, Now I kind of get leery about taking my own crappie there to use because if I've got crappie on me and they're under 10 inches, well, now they could say, well, okay, they're still frozen, so we can't really prove that you didn't get them here. So I don't know. That's just. But as far as actual what we can and can't use, there's not really anything in any of the books, online or anything, saying that we can't use certain fish for bait. So yeah, it is real easy to meet half century. It's easy. We talk, sit here, and we talk in here every day. So not everybody's going to be best friends as soon as they meet, but we do sit here and talk day in and day out, day in and night out. So we get to know people, and it's a nice way to be able to do it. Yeah, Chad, people want to steal your spots, and around here we don't have a lot of the lakes around here don't have a ton of bank access, so it makes it hard. Need to learn with no one to laugh at me. Yes, I heard about that shad. Yeah, I mean, hell, who cares if anybody laughs at you? What's going on, Andy A? How you doing, buddy? If people laugh at you, all you do is you laugh with them, flip them off, and turn away and go on about your business. Yeah, we can net shad. We can net carp here too. But if it's crappie or anything else, yeah, we can't net it. Andy, when's your first live? Yeah, Eugene, we got certain limitations between that whether it's like a gill net or whatever. The hole size has to be certain. It can't be over a certain size or under a certain size, depending on the type of net you use. Yeah, Troy, that sucks. Nobody wants to watch me fish. Well, how do you know that, Andy? I mean, hell, people watch me fish, and I hardly ever catch crap. So don't say nobody wants to watch you. Everybody likes talking to you. I'm sure they'd enjoy watching you fish, even if you're not catching anything. Like I said, I hardly ever catch crap, but people still come to watch and hang out with me. Right now, I'm probably just filling the void for some people needing to watch some fishing, but that's all right. All I can do is throw my baits out there in the water, out there into the darkness, and hope that something's going to bite. And until that happens, I got you fine people to talk to. Just a minute ago, we were up to 15 people and then dropped down to 12 again. But hey, I got 12 cool people to talk to. Before I started this live, I didn't have anybody to talk to, but now I got 12 people. 12 people to either talk to or talk with or talk to. I guess you could say it like that. Think I'm the only one out at the moment? Well, wow, that's crazy. Got the different laws in different states, what you can and cannot use as bait fish. Yeah, Martin, like I said, in Oklahoma, there's really not any laws as far as what we can and can't use for bait. And yeah, half century, it's about the time on the water. And if I'm not out here trying, so I spent about 4 hours out on the boat with Daniel earlier. We didn't have any luck, so why the hell not just come set up on the dock and try? Troy, I don't know if we want to see the crazy stuff you do. That might put us in jail. Not only you, it might put us in jail too. Yeah, Eugene, I hear you, man. I still pop in, but into most everybody's lives. But yeah, I've kind of stepped away from some, and I'll still pop in. I'll still say hi. It's just, I don't know. Some things have changed. Kenneth is live, but not fishing. Yeah, I saw he was live, but I totally couldn't remember when he. Oh yeah, I forgot. He's kind of doing his thing on the weekend since Hogleg doesn't do the weekends and Mike doesn't really do the weekends. Brokeback Bob, what's going on? Do I have all blues channel flatheads where I'm at? I have, yes, sir. I do have blues channels and flatheads all in this lake. I've caught a channel here before, and I was on the west side of this lake the last time I was live here, and I caught that 8.5 pound blue. And Daniel, Daniel 45, he caught, I don't know, 40 something pound flathead up on the north end of the lake. Not today. It's a picture he's got, but he said he caught that one here at this lake. So yes, there are flatheads too. Music, gardens, and cooking all in Troy, all in one channel. Why don't you do it all at the same time? Mix rap, gardening, and cooking. Yep, we got Brokeback Bob in the house. Brokeback Bob, speaking of which, how's that back doing? Back doing all right? So yeah, I'm not the most entertaining person, but I try to be social with you guys. I try to not be Mr. Negative or drama or anything else. I've had my share of it. There have been times I've aired that stuff out to you guys, but I've really tried to avoid having those issues and doing that stuff. So, and some people had noticed a change over time. Like hell, I'm trying to watch my language too. Hopefully, getting released when the docket's on Wednesday. That'd be awesome, Bob. Hopefully, you're going to be able to get your butt out to go fishing sometime soon. Bob's your CEO. I'm doing that John Parker fish and rent a fish. Pretty much. I mean, that's the majority of my fishing is if I catch it, I've done been on the phone with rent a fish. They have provided my fish and you guys did not see it. It gets expensive. They got to pay that diver to get out there. Got to pay for their oxygen and their time and everything else. It adds up. I don't have the gas money to drive to the nicely, highly populated waters in Oklahoma, so I got to take my chances with where I can fish. We do have plenty of lakes around Oklahoma. I mean, shoot, I don't even know how many. I mean, there's got to be 100 lakes in this state at least. But we do have good waters. We got the Arkansas River and the Illinois River that run through Oklahoma, but they're all out eastern Oklahoma. Uh, got the Neosho River, Verdigris River, which is also that's a tributary off the Arkansas. But everything, all the good rivers, the populated rivers are 2 to 3 hour drive for me. Uh-oh, I got to plug my phone in. I'm at 15%. Always leave the drama at the door. Yeah. Is bait rod being blown by the wind or? Ow, that's wind. I only got a small, maybe like a 1/4 ounce. That's braid. I only got maybe like a 1/4 ounce weight on it with a small piece of meat on bluegill on there. Yeah, Chad. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that, and I hope everybody else does too, because I'm not trying to put on a show for people. Hell, I don't know. You know, I do need to get to where I can sit in front of the camera. I would like to do that. It's just when I put it on the front facing, like the selfie camera, I don't get those bites like Chunky and Has and a lot of those guys do. Stan and all them others. I don't get those bites where a fish grabs on and just sits there and I can wait 30 seconds to walk up to my rod and be like, yep, there's a fish there. Nope. If I'm getting bites, I need to be pretty much damn near right on the rod and be paying attention because I'm either going to get it or I'm not. So facing away from the rods and looking at the phone screen, it doesn't really work for me. So, but I would like to be in front of the camera for everybody. I know a lot of times it's good when you got the person in front of you to be able to watch and pay attention to and see their reactions and everything else. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. I'm a gummy bear. I'm out there just, yeah. I mean, yes, I can put on a show. I can stand there and jump up and down and dance in front of the camera and everything else, but that's not catching me fish. Yeah, I can be entertaining. I can be quiet. I can be whatever, but I don't know. I just do what I do right now, and I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I appreciate that, Eugene. Yeah. I try to provide a soothing voice for you guys to listen to, even if I'm not in front of the camera. I could read you a bedtime story. Actually, no. I don't think I got that kind of voice to read bedtime stories. I always give Sandy Toes, if you guys are familiar with Sandy Toes, I always mess with her because, I don't know, she's got like the real subtle Australian accent. She doesn't have that deep Australian accent that a lot of people have, and, where they say words weird. Like, if they say the word no, all of a sudden it's not no, it's no. They got to add like 5 syllables to a 2-letter word. But now I always mess around with Sandy because she's just her subtle accent and her voice and everything. I give her hell about. She needs to be my bedtime story reader. She laughs about it. Well, I appreciate it, Martin. Do I ever bring people up? Yeah, I'll bring people up. Hold on a second. Let me get my battery and my cord. I got to plug it in. It dropped from 15 to 7 in a matter of like 2 minutes. As I'm dropping things everywhere out of the bag that I got it in. I was going to say, if the phone were to somehow die before I got it plugged in, I will be back. Because I do have my battery here. Oh, dang. Yep. Ah, come here. Other end. There we go. Now we're plugged in. Shoot. It dropped all the way to 4%. You need some fish therapy this week. You don't care if you catch a damn thing. Yeah, go for it, Chad. But yeah, if somebody wants to come up and provide a little bit of entertainment to jump up here, hang out, I'll post the link. Somebody wants to come up and talk. But yeah, Martin, I appreciate that. Troy channel, enter grizzly bear and dives in after fish. Tough act to follow, yeah. I mean, if I got to do that, I'll do that. Yeah, Sandy's a good laugh. I got to do that when the water warms up. Now, when it's cold, you ain't going to catch me jumping out in that water. 4th of July weekend, last time. Oh, man, that's been a while, but you did get yourself hurt. Oh, I believe it, Chad. I think I've heard you guys going at it a little bit. Y'all bicker back and forth. Here, let me do this. Anybody wants to come up, provide a little more verbal insight or whatever, go ahead. You're in bed in your underwear. I don't want you up there tonight. Next time. Sounds good, half century. Troy probably will. Who doesn't Chad get into it with? 41 outside and what? Hell no, Troy, you won't catch me doing that. You're not Fields to water. I'm about to be peeing in the water. I'm about to have to pee. I do want to get out further east, Oklahoma, go out to Lake Eufaula. I also want to hit the Arkansas River. I want to try different places. I want to go to Lake Keystone, Lake Tenkiller, but all these places are 2 to 3 hour drives for me. So with gas prices the way they are, hell, the gas station by the house, now the one by the house, they only sell 100% gas. It's not the blended, it's not the E10. The E10 I can get fairly cheap. I got it for $3.52 at Costco Monday. $50 still only got me 14 gallons, and I still needed 10 more gallons to fill my truck. But that got me going a little bit. For $1,500, well, yeah, oh yeah, for $1,500 I would, yeah. And you ended up winning $1,500 on that. So, yeah, that was an awesome payday for you. I was proud of you that night. I was happy to see you pull that out. You needed it, and you deserved it. But I totally lost my train of thought what I was talking about. wind's kind of picking up. My hands are starting to get chilly. I'm going to have to put them in my pocket here in a minute. You're not cheap, but you're easy. Well, you guys, I can't wait for you guys to see the piece that I'm making right now. I'm just about done with it. I was out sanding the wood the other day, and I started out at 180 grit because I had some scratches in it that needed to get sanded out. So I went from 180, I did that, then I did 220, and then I knocked it down to 320. And I was like, well, I got 500. I'll go ahead and knock it down to 500 grit. And I said, well, I'm going to see what I can do here. So I found the 1200 grit that I had, so I sanded it down to 1200. And then I remembered I had 1500 and 2000. So then I went to 1500 and 2000. And even without polishing or anything, this wood has got a polished sheen on it now. Like it reflects light, it's shiny, like it's glossy. I haven't oiled it yet or anything, but I've got to finish. I've got to oil the wood. I'm going to do what's been suggested. I'm going to mix shellac, walnut oil, and denatured alcohol, and then I'm going to rub that in. So I got to finish the wood there. I've got to mount the lights to the inner piece, and then I've got to paint the top part, clear coat, and then after that, it is done. So as far as all the major work, it's done, but I'm going to try to get it done here in the next couple few days, get it shipped out to who it's going to. I'm going to request a live unboxing. So if you guys see a notification from somebody saying live unboxing from Dan's Creations, Dan, please tune in if you're able to, because I've worked long and hard on this piece, and it's definitely a showcase piece that who receives it, I hope they're going to be proud, and I would hope anybody would be proud of it, but I've got a lot of money and a lot of time invested in it. So if you're not able to catch when that happens, definitely I'll let you know. But I'm looking forward to what am I building? I am making a trophy piece. It's a mix of steel and zebra wood, which was very costly. I had to pay $130 for the single board because I couldn't buy just a small amount I needed. I had to pay $130 for a 9-foot long 1x9, and it's got plexiglass in it, and it's going to be backlit. So it is going to be, yeah, it's going to be beautiful. It already is. Yeah, I heard Mike talking about that, Chad. That's going to be awesome. I'll be glad that you'll have a tripod. You can set your camera up. Something to hold your phone sturdy, and you don't have to deal with all that. Took you 3 days to thaw. I won't be the grammar police, Troy. Man, this sucks. I had one bite on my damn crappie rod, my bait rod earlier, and I ain't had nothing since. Oh, well. Shoot, we've been going 1 hour, 14 minutes now. I ought to re-up my bait and cast somewhere different. What's up, Tiger? All right, man. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Like I said, whether you talk or not, coming in and hanging out while I'm out, I appreciate it. That just means I'm providing some kind of entertainment for somebody. But have a good night, Tiger. Sleep well, and we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, Mike is a great guy. I was texting Mike the other night. We were talking. He's got something coming up. He's gonna drop on his channel come Monday. Some people might like it. Some people might not. I think it's a good idea. Kind of come up from something we were talking about. Yep. Mike is a great guy. He tossed a little something my way in a little form of a small donation to me, and I appreciate that. And actually, it really wasn't small. I mean, it was small, but to a lot of people, to me, that, you know, to me, it was a decent sized donation, and it meant the world that he even thought to do that. And I appreciate him for that. You know, I might say some stupid shit here and there. I try to not be, what's the word? I really don't mean to be harmful. You know, if there comes a time that there's somebody that I really don't like, you know, I'll speak my mind. That wind's killing it. Can you hear it pretty bad? It did pick up. I've got actually the microphone speaker is turned out of on the backside of the wind, so I hope it's not too bad. You know, I opened my mouth a couple weeks ago. I'd been out at the bar with some friends, had a pretty good buzz. I got home, went up on Lance's. I was sitting in the truck when I got home. Went up on Lance's live on that night, and hell, I just talked and rambled. Really didn't want it to be about me, and you know, I even mentioned it, but shit, it seemed like I was talking, and I tried to get the subject changed. But anyways, I made a stupid comment to Catfishing Crappie to Mark, and I regret opening my mouth and saying something stupid. I pissed him off. Obviously hurt his feelings. And as far as I know, I'm blocked on his channel. Emailed him, never heard anything in response. But you know, I regret opening my mouth. I said something stupid that I wasn't trying to be, what's the word, not menacing, but can't even think of the word, but I wasn't trying to be a total asshole. I just said something stupid. You know, in the end, pretty much pissed him off, and I'm pretty sure I pissed Lance off too. So, you know, sometimes I regret opening my mouth and saying things, because I do have a problem with saying things before I think. You know, maybe over time things will get better. Yeah, malicious. Yeah, I wasn't. That's the word. I wasn't trying to be malicious. Was it a dick thing to say? Yeah, it probably was. Should I have said it? No. Feel bad about it? Definitely, because you know, Mark is one of the people I've looked up to the most and respected the most since I've been here, and that definitely didn't show it. Doubt he's listening, doubt he's in here listening, but you know, if he was, hopefully he'd understand I definitely did not mean to be malicious. But anyways, I'll move past that. I think I might go ahead and reel in and change change up my bait. Might freshen something up. John, that's a good way to put it. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. Whoever made the chat, I'll bet. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I don't know that I was there that night when it first got played. I might have been, but I don't know if I was paying attention. But I do remember hearing that Lyle did not take it very kindly. He was not pleased about that. Oh, you're sorry, Troy. Shit. Oh, hell. Extreme and then Half Century. I don't know if Half Century's still there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, cool.
I can't let you see me, but I can talk.
That's all right.
And I might kill the camera for a minute anyway myself, but I'm waiting for.
Well, I'm glad you did that, Troy.
Do what?
Do what? I was saying I'm glad you told me that you were in the basement because that's the one thing I pay attention to the least. That little red dot down there, and everybody's always hanging out, and they're like, "I'm in the basement." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Oh. I bet I don't have an icon. I don't have an icon no more.
He's got the little dot.
Yeah, I lost my StreamYard. They took away my icon.
Well, since you guys are,
your boy Troy's in here.
Man, I don't know where this wind is coming from. I didn't know the wind was supposed to pick up.
It finally stopped here in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have much wind at all today.
Yeah, boy, they did in Tennessee and up here in Ohio. It was pretty strong for a couple of days.
Yeah, it was like up here in Kentucky. We had 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts today.
What part of Kentucky? What part of Kentucky?
I'm down here in Louisville.
Okay, yeah.
Where are you at, Half Century?
I'm just east of Cincinnati a little bit. I'm about an hour and a half from Troy.
Okay. So you're not too far from Alicia either.
Where's she live at?
She lives down around Taylorsville Lake or Lake Taylorsville, whatever.
Yeah, I know where that's at. I know where that's at.
I mean, I think she said she's like 45 minutes from Louisville.
Yeah, it takes her 45 minutes to get here.
So I think it's like a 2-hour drive for her to Cincinnati.
So what's your first name, the animal?
My name's Daniel.
Daniel, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people they're like D animal, and no, it's Danimal.
Well, I just wanted to ask. I go by Charles.
Right.
And I've seen you on a lot of lives and fishing things, and I've said hello to you many times. But
yeah, and I always try to say hi to you.
But like I said, I'm in my underwear in bed, and you don't want to see me.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, I'm not trying to look down past your waist, you know. I'm not trying to look down past your shoulders.
I know that, brother, but I'm just, I just woke up a couple hours ago, and I said, I'm going to get on. I've been coming on a lot of sites the last 2-3 nights, so I just thought, what the heck, I'll get on and talk to the animal.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you coming up. It's always good to hear a new voice and meet. You know, we've done a little bit of small talk here and there in the chats.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot here lately, but
yeah. You know. How's my sound? Am I okay? Am I loud? Too loud? Or?
Oh, you're good.
Sound great.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm new at this. This is my 3rd time being on here.
No, honestly, the only person that I ever noticed that is like super loud, and it's in everybody's stream, and I don't know if it's his phone or what, but it's Stan, 2 Stans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I love Stan. He's a nice guy, but I'll have him on a TV.
Right.
And my wife will say, "Turn the TV down when he comes on."
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, and it's nothing. It's nothing he's doing on purpose.
It's just some people. He's a good announcer. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, as far as the volume, I don't know if it's his microphone or what the deal is, and it's everybody. Maybe it's his phone. I don't know, but he's always like twice as loud as everybody else. So you've got when he's talking, you've got to pay attention if you've got your earbuds in or
he's
trying to.
He was
Not-
the second guy I met on here. First, I only been on, texting for about 5 months. I've been watching for about a year, and the first guy who let me on is John Parker. He made me a moderator. I've never been on his show on TV, but I'm on his show a lot and help him out. He's a super nice guy. So is Dana.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Were
then,
you were you in there when they got the cops called? I think you were in there.
Yeah, I was in there. I just came in and I seen it going down. Dana turned the computer off, and then they turned it back on. John got mad because she turned it off.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, leave it on, just be cool and don't lose
Right.
your
Yeah, I
head.
remember seeing you in there.
Yeah, I was in there. I was coaching him. And then I gave him, he was complaining, he's been spending all this money. So I gave him $50.
Oh, nice.
And, it all worked out good. The cop came back and said, go ahead and put your pole out.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, I was there. I was listening. I was out in the shop. Working on this piece that I'm making, and so I was chiming in every now and then, but I loved listening when that old man got out of his truck and John told him to start down Briggs and Stratton and get going down the road, and then to wind that rubber boot up.
I was cracking up.
Oh yeah.
Brokeback Bob was on there. He saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad, beautiful. Michigan is a beautiful state, man. Especially like if you drive through it during fall, when the leaves are starting to change colors. Oh my God! I made the trip from Oklahoma one time, and I went to Nashville, and I hit I-24 coming out of Nashville and went straight north. And I think going that way, you go through part of Kentucky, and then Indianapolis, and then you get up into Ohio, go up, that way through Cincinnati. But I ended up going up that way and on into Michigan. I will tell you, that was one of the most beautiful drives I've ever made. And it was fall time.
That wind's really picking up there, it looks like.
Yeah. Is it making a lot of noise on y'all's end?
It's not too bad, but you can hear it. If you could shelter the mic a little bit, it might help you.
Yeah. Only way I can really do that is try to turn the phone out of the wind a little bit more.
Yeah, it's hard on the phone to stop that wind.
Yeah.
Brokeback Bob said he's going to get me fired off of Parker's show.
Don't do that, Bob.
Me and him are always going at it.
Yeah. You and Bob?
Yeah, we're always kidding around because John told me the other day, he goes, "Oh, Brokeback Bob and Charles is always going at it."
Yeah, I think I was there. I think I heard him say that.
Yeah, Bob's the CEO and I'm his producer.
Right.
We don't get paid though.
Yeah. That's all right. None of us do.
I pay him about $400 a month, but I don't get paid nothing.
Shoot, I wish I had $400 a month right now.
Oh, he's a nice guy. I love both of them. They're good people.
Right.
And he's lost his eyesight, and I really feel for him.
Yeah, I sent him a package back before Christmas, and I was a little upset. I wasn't mad. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to, because I sent it, and I sent him a spool of line. I sent him some bells, some rod bells that I told him I'd send him. Yeah. And I sent a couple other things. I sent a little, like a goldfish net. I sent him like an aquarium net. Told him, I wrote in there. I told him that would be for his next fish. I sent a Christmas card with a note in there.
Yeah, he built a birdhouse for my wife. She had a tumor in her brain about a month ago.
Yeah.
And she had surgery twice, and they put her on the prayer list at his church, and they prayed online for her, and made her that birdhouse. And
right,
right off the bat, he gives me his cell phone number, his email. I can call him in. I bet he's up right now watching us. I guarantee it.
He's probably up watching somebody.
Yeah, he caught me on the other 2 nights ago. He caught me on somebody's site. He goes, "I saw you on there."
Yeah, if he comes in my lives from time to time and
Yeah,
comes in and says hi.
yeah,
Yeah,
I always appreciate when he does.
he's a super nice guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have one of his birdhouses here. Well, my bird feeders here. My wife does. Wyatt Curtis and Bad Boy Eric, when he was in town,
Yeah,
he gave them one, and he gave it to Curtis, gave it to my wife. He goes, "Here, you can have it." He goes, I talk to John all the time. He'll get me another one. And John Parker was sitting right there. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll get him another one. Take that one home with y'all." So my wife one of the bird feeders.
Right. Yeah, that's nice.
He took a bunch to CatCon. He gave a bunch of them away.
Yeah, at least you got one of them.
Yeah,
that's what we got.
What I was saying on that story is I wasn't mad, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, well, I sent, a Christmas card and everything all in this package, and I never heard nothing. Well, I mentioned it to him, and he's like, well, I got something, and then come to find out, and Dana got upset with him because he was opening packages. Well, he got it, but never got to read the card or anything because, he has trouble reading, and of course, my cursive writing, he damn sure wouldn't have been able to read it. But, I was kind of hoping they'd have gotten it and opened it together and Dana would have been able to read it. So, but he told me, he was like, yeah, I got that, but I just couldn't really tell who it came from. Like, it came from me. And yeah, Chad, you need to take some video when it comes fall around your area. It gets pretty up around that part of the country.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube for, I don't know, since 2000, I guess 16 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just going to start loading videos in the next 2-3 days on here,
Yeah.
I got a lot of fishing videos that I did. I'm going to make some new ones. Got some other stuff that my wife and I have done. She likes to fish too, and we're going to put that on.
Yeah, Bob, I know. And he mentioned that. He apologized about that. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't upset. I was just wondering because, it come a couple weeks after I sent it and never heard nothing from him. And I had to ask about it. Yeah, come find out he opened it and couldn't read what I wrote and didn't know who it come from. So
yeah,
that's when Dana got onto him. She got onto him for opening packages and not knowing who they come from.
Yeah, I always kid John. He told me about a week ago. I said, I'd like to have one of your shirts with your logo on it. And he goes, okay, what size you want? And I said, I need a small. And he goes, you don't wear no damn small. I said, you never met me. And I said, get 2 mediums and sew them together.
Yeah, Chad, I'm a lefty. I am a lefty.
Troy, aren't you good friends with Lee Evans and the guys?
Yeah, I talk to him all the time. I was actually supposed to do some fishing with Lee Evans last year.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't go down in my spot because here in Louisville, they got everything shut down. I mean,
really?
All the parks closed at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Over half the river is privately owned. And a third of it that's not privately owned is owned by the city. And they regulate where you can't go down there. So unless you have a boat, you only got maybe 4 or 5 spots from the bank you can go to.
Yeah.
I got a lucky found one right down here. And I told Lee Evans, I said, come on down here. Because he said he wanted to learn how to fish the river. Him and Alicia both did. And I said, y'all come down here. Next time y'all in Louisville, let me know. I'll take y'all out. I'll show y'all how to fish the river. I've been doing it for 35 years.
Yeah.
And he found out that we had to take about a 2-block walk to get to my spot. And he goes, oh, I can't walk that far. Okay, well, you can't get to the fishing spot then.
Yeah, I've fished around the dams or in Louisville in a boat many times.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
And on the other side there where the little dairy ice cream place is.
Yeah.
I fished there right below that little dam where they generate that they open and shut them little gates.
Yep.
I've fished for catfish there before.
Yeah, you can't actually fish there no more. Me and Van V3 was talking about V3 Customs or something like that because me and him talk all the time and get together and do some fishing. And he want to go down there to the locks because if you go down to the locks and dams, there's a bridge you go across.
Yeah.
And you walk down, and they used to call it Fisherman's Park. You can fish right there by the hydro plant.
Yeah.
Set
Yeah.
up fisherman friendly. Well, we had major riots last year, and they trashed all that. They broke the bridge. They busted out the windows at the.
Oh, man.
And because of that, now they rebuilt it all, and you can no longer go across there to fish.
Yo, what's that little town right across the river in Indiana?
Clarksville, I think.
Please?
Not Clarksville, but New Albany. I think it's New Albany.
What, you know what that is there? Yeah. Yeah, I've spent time over there, but I used to, before they made that park all nice, they used to let you park. I had a camper that I'd park there, and they wouldn't ever say nothing, but now they won't let you.
Well, see, that's the same issue I'm having because where I'm at in Louisville, I can make it to the Indiana. I can make it over there to the falls part in the falls of the Ohio.
Yeah.
I can make it there in under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But the problem of it is it's just like it is over here. Now, the falls, you can fish 24 hours.
Yeah.
They allow you to fish it 24 hours. It even says on the site you can fish it all 24 hours, but you can't. You can't have a car parked out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What they do is if you get there early enough when the museum part of it's open, you can go down and you can get a pass basically. You get a parking pass.
I'm going to rebait one or two of these rods. I'm not going to stay here too much longer, but I'm going to send fresh bait out. Hell, I'm going to send this chunk of bluegill out. I'll just send a good sized chunk out.
Put some fresh bait on there.
Yeah.
Brokeback Bob says someday he'd like to meet everybody on the catfishing community except me.
Yeah.
That is just hard, Bob.
And now that he's healing up, I'm going to drive over there where he lives, and me and him's going to put the gloves on.
I've been trying to fish with a bunch of people in the fishing community and get together with them for a long time. I got to meet a lot of them at Catfish Conference last year, or this year. I got to meet them all, a bunch of them. But yeah, I've been trying to get fishing with a bunch of them in here, and I actually found out that my neighbor, Tom Kelly, outdoors.
Yeah.
I fished against him, and I think with John's tournament, I fished against him.
You was in a tournament that Becca held, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember seeing you. Me and my wife watched you on that.
Yeah. I've been in like 2 or 3 of them that she held. I was on the 7-to-7 tournament, and I did the John Oler tournament where the bank to your bank account. That's the one where I jumped in and pulled that 39-pound blue out of the river.
Yeah, I remember. Wow, that was a nice fish.
Yeah. I caught 3 or 4 of them that size up in my area, and that spot that I went to is literally the reason why I said I lucked into that spot is because I walk out my back door and I can see the trees at the river. So I can literally, even with gas prices the way they are, I can literally walk down there in 15 minutes because that's what I do. I put my gear down.
Lee has been fishing tonight, and I was on his site just texting, and Rebecca come on and stayed for 2 hours and did his text for him. She's a great woman, that Becca. She's great.
Yeah, she is. She's very awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so upset about that because she sent me a set of skills. I think was called
Dr. Meter.
Dr. Meter.
Yeah.
And I was packing up my equipment. A couple weeks ago, about a month ago, or unpacking my equipment, I should say. And I had to carry it from the van to the garage, which is the backyard. And I went back here. I set my fishing rods up because I had them all hung up on the wall. Hung up my fishing rods. I went back out, and my bag, I had a backpack in my car that had my scales, my real nice flaying knife, all my sinkers. Somebody done snatched the bag and ran with it.
Wow.
Within 3 minutes of being away from that car.
Oh my
Snatched that
God.
bag and ran from it.
That's
So now
awful.
I've got to do all that.
That's awful.
It is. I mean, it's pretty sad, but it is what it is.
I was talking to someone online the other night, and I said, I take my motorhome or camper, and I go a lot of times when I fish, because many times I'd pull my boat to a hotel. I'd come out in the morning, and everything would be out of my boat.
Yeah,
Whatever they could get out of it, they got it.
yeah.
So,
They just take what they can.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't
understand
understand
on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's out here in Louisville. It's mainly they have real bad drug problems out here. Real bad drug problems.
It's the same in Ohio. I think
Oh yeah,
up there in Hamilton, Ohio is the worst in the United States.
yeah, it is.
In Ohio.
Well, that in Philadelphia, they call that zombie land.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, the area I live in right now is not real bad. I've actually got lucky. I didn't want to move to this area because when I grew up, when I was younger, everybody stayed away from this. Yeah, Chad, Tom is Catfish Terry's friend.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from this area, and we went looking for a house to buy a house. And the main reason why I try to stay away from this house, this area, was my stepson took his own life about 6 years ago, and it was less than a mile, well, probably 4 blocks away from where I'm living at now. So I didn't want to buy a house out here, but it was my last option. And then I lucked into the fact that the river's right across the street, and I can walk.
That's
I lucked into all
great.
that.
That's great.
And then what we was just talking about, what Chad just mentioned, that Catfish Terry's friend Tom, Tom Kelly. When I went fishing against him last year, I found out that he's my neighbor. And when I say neighbor, he's probably, which I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he's probably less than 3 minutes, 4 minutes from my house.
Wow, that's close.
And me and him were supposed to get together and go fishing this year, but I haven't heard anything from him. I hope he's okay because I haven't seen him on any lives or anything.
You know Steve Adams from Mississippi? I was on his site last night. He was out there till, I guess, about 2 in the morning. He's a nice old guy.
Yes, he's great. He actually told me one night.
The first tournament I saw him in, Becca was holding that one with Stan. He fell in the river right there by the bank. And my wife and I saw it. No one else saw it. And I go, man, is he okay? And finally, Becca saw him.
No, he didn't fall in the river. He just slid right there on the bank.
Yeah, he was in the mud on the bank, but he felt good.
Yeah, I was worried to death about him.
Seventh tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
And the reason why I felt so bad for him is because he come on when he first started going live and stuff. He come on and told everybody, he goes, yeah, Drew was the first person I come in and talk to, and I watched him out there doing it and figured if he can do it, I can come out here and do it. And he come out, he did that 7-7 tournament. When he fell, I'm like, oh God, please be okay, Steve. Please be okay.
Yeah, I was worried about him. I didn't know him at that point, but I was worried.
Yeah, he's a real good guy though.
Yeah, he was sitting there last night with his buddy CP, and this one dude just pulled up, walked about 200 yards up to him. He didn't know him, and said, "Will you sell me that rod and reel?" We had a real nice long rod and reel.
Yeah,
I think it was an Uncle Lou rod, and the guy gave him $170 for the whole thing cash.
oh yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, Chad, you live like 3 blocks away from Eric and Curtis. Y'all are trying to get together.
Yeah.
Eric and Curtis are good guys. Like I said, I met them at Catfish Conference, and they were real great people. Real great people.
Yeah, I think I texted with you a couple of months ago, and you invited me down over that way. I think it was you said, come on over to Louisville.
Yeah.
I think I remember chatting with you.
Yeah, anytime anybody's in Louisville, or if they're coming to Louisville, just let me know, and I will set it up. We'll find a place to go.
Yeah. I'm easy to get along with.
Well, I told my wife come this spring and summer, I'm gonna probably try to plan a couple fishing outlets or trips, and I might fire up a smoker and smoke some ribs or whatever. I'll come over a couple hours earlier. We'll stuff ourselves and we'll go down the river, sit down there and fish.
I love smoked salmon. I got a smoker and I smoke
Yeah.
salmon in it.
I I was never real big on salmon. It always had a weird taste to me. But
Well, if you do it right, if you cook it right, it's a good fish to eat.
right, we picked up a smoker. Picked up a propane smoker my ex had found on Facebook. So we went and got it for like $60.
Yeah.
And right after that, she went to Sam's and she picked up a big old salmon fillet, one or two, and she found a recipe online on Pinterest or somewhere, and it was smoked salmon over applewood, and it had a maple syrup glaze.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, that thing, and you didn't really taste the maple syrup. I mean, you did, but you didn't. But I'll tell you, that salmon came out amazing.
Yeah, I did the maple and the brown sugar,
Yeah.
and then a couple other seasonings. I think my wife found the recipe on Pinterest,
Right.
and it turned out good. And I done it about 10 times now with it.
Yeah, and I'm sure she did. You know, I'm sure it was mixed with like brown sugar and stuff.
Yeah,
And
there was a couple other spices, but I can't remember.
Right. It came out really good though.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, I found this on the dock here. Antimicrobial peptide. I guess that probably came out of like a first aid kit or something.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. If it's something, I'll look it up, but hell, it might be something I need to keep in the tackle bag.
Yeah, it might save your finger one night.
Yeah.
Maybe something.
If you're using Uncle Lou hooks, you might need that.
Yeah, them are sharp hooks.
Oh yes, I'm just now healing up from my last trip 8 days ago. I still got a gash down my arm.
Yeah, they can cut you bad.
Yeah, they're tucked in, but man, they still get you.
Yeah.
Everybody's using them.
I picked up. I mean, the only Uncle Lou's hooks I got are some that came in a Uncle Lou's tackle pack that I ended up winning on a giveaway.
Yeah.
I think I've used them, but I think I have used them. I'm not sure if I still got them or not, but I've been using here lately right now as the Catfish Sumo hooks I picked up during Cyber Week. They had their hooks on sale for like $8 and $9 a pack.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and ordered a few of them.
Yeah, they're getting some of the hooks. The bigger ones are getting hard to find.
Yeah,
I got the 8/0 and the 10/0, but in a 25 pack for $8 and $9. You know, you can't beat that because their regular price on the 10/0 are $24.99 and the 8/0 are $22.99.
Yeah,
that's a good price, Dan. I thought I got lucky because I picked up 12/0 Magcats hooks. I picked up a 25 pack for $11.99, and I thought I was getting a deal.
Yeah. Rustic Dave, what's going on? Sorry to avoid or to not be there for the chat, but I rebaited a couple rods and cast them out into a couple different areas and figured I'd try here for a little bit.
We got lost in our talking.
Hooks are pretty good.
No, you guys are doing good. That's awesome. Keep you guys talking.
We'll keep you away.
No, y'all are doing good. I just, like I saw Dave popped in here.
Yeah, Jay Fox just came in.
Oh, Jay Fox is in here too?
Oh, he's in.
I scrolled up a little bit. I didn't see him, but.
Hi, Jay Fox.
Oh, there he is. I see him now.
Yeah, Mark's still on.
There we go. My chat didn't. And there's Dale Hayslip. How you doing, Dale?
I didn't see Dale. Dale, how's it going?
Yeah. I
see Martin from the UK more than I do my wife. He's always on. He's always on here.
Martin might as well just move over here because he spends enough time in the US.
I've always wanted to go to the UK.
Yeah. Man, I had back in junior high, I think it was. Well, yeah. Junior high, 9th grade, somewhere around there. I had a girl that I ended up meeting at the skating rink. She was real good friends with some girls that come out there to the rink. Skating rink was only 2 miles from the house, but
yeah,
she had just moved here from England. Her dad's American, and her and her sister moved over here to live with him. and they had only been here for like a month or so before we met. And I haven't talked to her in a while since like last year. Um, but there was a period of time back before me and my son's mom met that we had got back to talking and everything, and she was trying to get me to go over to England. She wanted to go home and go see her mom and everything. She invited me, but hell, I looked it up, and it's like it's going to be between like $1,300 and $1,600 round trip to fly there.
Wow.
I mean, at that time, I had the money to do it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have really hurt me, but that was, that's a chunk of money. But I really would have loved. I've always wanted to go to England, so I thought it would have been cool, but that never ended up happening.
Mark wants to come to the to fish in the U.S. We ought to get a pole for him and get money for him so he can fly here and stay here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll want to stay here.
Well, just stay and fish for a week or so.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Is Martin, have you been here before in the U.S.?
I think Rich and Leo are supposed to be coming to the States sometime, going to Florida sometime this year.
Really?
I think that their family, I think they're supposed to go down to Florida and spend a vacation down there.
Yeah.
So,
you know Frogster?
Yeah, I know Froggy.
She's always on the site. I see her all over the place. She talks to everybody. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she's an honorary lady. She's sweet though.
She's a moderator on a lot of channels.
Oh yeah.
Mine. I love Froggy. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Don't call England. I called it, buddy. Hers would cost $750. Holy hell! No, I don't plan on calling England anytime soon.
I had a chance to go one time, and I had to pass it up.
Brokeback Bob spent $750 to talk to someone over there for 4 hours. That's a lot of money.
Well, Bob, those 900 numbers. How many extra numbers did you have to add to that call to get that special 900 number?
Bob was talking to doctors over there. It wasn't nobody else.
Man, we did the company I used to work for. I worked for a pipeline contractor. We're one of the big names in mainline pipeline construction.
Yeah.
I think they've kind of fallen off. Some things happened over the years since I've been with them, but I got laid off there at the end of 2011. I worked for them for 8 years, but we were doing a pipeline job up in North Dakota, and they were pretty much only about like 10 miles from the Canadian border. And a lot of guys were getting their phone calls. They were picking up the Canadian tower. So they're ending up with like multi-$100 phone bills because they were getting charged for international charges.
Yeah.
While they were in the States, which I don't know, you can easily dispute it, but for your phone to be picking up a tower, that there's got to be some kind of reciprocation or something that could be taken care of on that.
Yeah, a lot of people got caught up in that when that happened.
Yeah.
I remember kids would use their parents' phones and get bills like that. And it's because they were talking on that tower.
Right. Huh. Yeah, Martin says, Bob, it's called FaceTime or Messenger. It's free.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. Yeah, Bob, it's free.
Yeah, man, there's so many ways now that, with all the internet, all the video chatting and everything else.
Yeah.
With everything having cameras on it now, you can do that stuff, and you ain't got to add all those charges.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I wish you'd hurry and warm up so I can go fishing. I want to try out my mad catch rod. That's that one I got from CatCon.
It's a nice one.
All gold.
Yeah, that's nice.
Reel on it. Yeah, I've been waiting to try it out.
What kind of reel? What kind of reel is that?
That's I said it was Ming Yang, I think. Yeah, Ming Yang.
Ming Yang.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of gold, but it's neat.
It's pretty.
Yeah. I didn't want the gold. My wife bought it for me. I didn't want the gold.
Yeah.
What happened
Well,
was I wanted the purple and pink one because I like
well,
purple.
when I
And,
get, sorry, go ahead.
I wanted the purple rod and reel, but I wanted to get the what's that reel called? The Ancient Mariner. I wanted to
Yeah.
get the purple Ancient Mariner because it matches the purple in there perfectly. But they said they've sold out in the States for probably close to 6 to 8 months on back order. I'm like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah, a
that
lot of
long.
stuff like that. A lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, and
What's
I'm like,
going on,
I've got
3B?
3 gold ones. I've already got 3 gold reels. Why not just get the gold one?
Yeah. Well,
3B
Troy,
fishing. What's up, 3B fishing?
3B's in the house.
Alicia was telling me about that, about somebody putting because Aaron, which I really want to get one of the new Mad Cat smash rods. That's the purple and lime green, and
Yes.
purple's my favorite color, and you wouldn't know it because I don't have very much anything that's purple, but
Yeah.
visually it is the most visually appealing color to me.
Yeah.
We'll just put that. But
Purple one's my 2 favorites.
when Mad Cats, Mad Cats had the purple and pink, which it's more pink than purple, so I didn't want to buy it. But now that they got that smash rod that is purple and lime green, I want one.
Yeah,
So when I do get the extra money, they didn't release it until like the week after CatCon.
Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, I do want to get 1 or 2 of those smash rods. What I'd really like to do is mix up some Uncle Lou's rods and the smash rods, and have a mix between the orange and purple. Yeah. But yeah, I think Alicia was telling me that I think Aaron had gotten the smash rods with the purple Ancient Mariners.
Yes.
And she said, decent price. Well, I went to Ancient Mariners website and looked. And they had them on sale for like $85, which to me that's still expensive.
Yeah.
I've got 2 PC Fun reels. On my Uncle Lou's rod, I've got that Pin Rival, which it's a good reel.
Yeah.
And Fishing Frustrations, John, he gifted that to me when he won it in Anglerholics giveaway months ago. I can't thank him enough for that. It's a good reel. I like it. To me, it's nice.
That was nice of him.
Oh yeah, it was. Well, Alicia, the only reason I got that Uncle Lou's rod is because Alicia gifted it to me because she won 2 rods in Brian B's 500 giveaway.
Yeah.
She already had an Uncle Lou's rod, so she gifted it to me, and I treat that thing like it's my baby. I mean, it was a special gift, and I say it all the time. That thing, all my other rods, they go out in the shop, and they ride in the bed of the truck. My Uncle Lou's rod rides in the passenger seat, and it gets carried separately. I take care of it. If it's got any kind of scuffs or anything, it's totally accidental. But I take as good a care of that thing as I can because both rod and reel are, they were important gifts that were special to me.
It means something. It means something. Yeah.
But I put one of these PC Fun Chaos 50 reels on there when I got it, and I'm like, man, this reel just seems small on this rod. And when I got that pin, it just, to me, it is a bigger reel, but it seems to be a little more suiting on that Uncle Lou's rod.
Yeah.
But I do want to get maybe 2 more Uncle Lou's rods, and I'd like to get 2 or 3 of those smash rods and mix it up.
Brokeback Bob said he has 4 of them. What's he say of the Mad Cat rods?
Oh, he's got
4 of the Mad Cats. Yeah.
Who said they got 4 Mad Cats? Oh,
Brokeback Bob.
He's got 4 of the. Bob's got 4 of the.
Mad Cat Panther.
Yeah.
Panther rods.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob asking about the PC Fun. I have 2 of the PC Fun Chaos 50s, and I'm happy with them. They've been good. I haven't really put them to the test. I've caught, my biggest fish so far is only 14 3/4 pounds. I caught that when I was fishing with Fins and Fowl back in November.
Yeah.
So I haven't really put anything I have to the test. But this eventually, before long, this rod right next to my bait rod, this black and yellow rod, it's going to have to get retired because the reel seat has come free from the rod, and my reel moves back and forth. but it moves back. It moves about a half an inch each way on the rod, left to
Yeah.
right, and I got to keep using it till it finally, because I can't afford to go buy more rods.
You have to hang it on the wall for decoration.
Well, I call that rod Old Faithful because that is the damn rod, and for some reason, that's the rod all the majority of my fish always came on.
That's the way it is. That's how I am. I got the older rods with the old reels, and that's where you catch them. Seems like.
Yep. My favorite rod is my because all of mine's got the eel wire wrapped around them so you can see them at night. My green rod is one that I've had probably 30 years.
Wow.
And that's the one I catch all my fish on. Well, I say that, but the last 4 or 5 good fish I've caught was on my Muddy River flathead rods.
Yeah, the weather around here needs to warm up. Man.
Everybody talking about PC Fun Chaos is I can't really stand behind PC Fun. I ordered a Chaos reel when I ordered because I always use the Cast King Rover 60s. And they were sold out, so I decided to order me a Chaos. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with it because it was basically broke in the box when I got it.
Oh,
wow. I don't get that, because I've heard some people say that, but man, I've got 2 PC Fun Chaos 50s, and then I've got a PC Fun Flame reel on my spinning reel on my bait rod, and my dad also has a Flame reel on his bait rod, and none of them, they all came perfect, just fine. Never had a problem with any of them. So I mean, sometimes you might end up with, I don't know how that passed quality control or anything else before it got boxed, but that stuff can all be rectified.
Yeah, they send them in a good tube when they send them out.
Yeah, they would have fixed it. It was just the fact of, I've ordered probably 70 rods in the last. Well, you've seen my collection, Dan. I've ordered probably
How many?
Rods. Almost about 60 or 70 reels in the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh my God.
That's the only one. That Chaos was the only one I ever had that was broke out of the box. And I mean, it was a simple fix, and I went ahead and fixed it myself. It just was kind of discouraging because I was thinking to myself, because what had happened was the reel seat, not the reel seat, the guide, it's a little plastic insert, because all it is a plastic insert. It popped. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that would have popped out when I cast it out. That would have tangled my whole rod out, my whole reel up, and if I would have had a fish on, that could have got ugly.
Oh, you talking about on the level one?
Yep, that plastic seat. It was laying in the box. It was laying in the box when I picked it up. I'm like, that's not good.
Wow.
Well, Chad, Chad, Uncle Lou does not have a 2-piece rod at the moment. No, that's not Duggar in the background. That's Half Century and Troy. Duggar was in here for a little bit, but he went on to bed.
Somebody new come on?
No, I haven't seen anybody new in here.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh, it feels like I think the wind's kind of dying down a little bit.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
It's quieting down there. I can tell.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
They're going to start biting here in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd like to think. I don't know how much longer I'm going to hang out here.
Well, that's when I go fishing. I'd rather start about 9 o'clock and fish till 6 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I fish.
When it warms up, I do that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that many people out.
No.
And you don't have the sun and all the weather getting you. The wind comes down, and you can have a good night of fishing.
Right.
But I mean, there's nights you sit there all night, you don't catch nothing, but it's relaxing.
Well, definitely.
Like I said, Half Century, if you're ever down here in Louisville, give me a holler, because I tell you what, that's how I do it. I try to get out there. I usually try to get out there about 8 o'clock so I can get enough light to set up. But the fish don't bite my area to about 9:15 anyway.
That's how it is on Ohio.
I mean, we're allowed to go out there, start fires. We start a fire by the bank, cook out, whatever we want to do. Yeah. Nobody ever comes down there. The only person I've ever seen come down there was a subscriber one day. he saw me down there fishing, was talking to me and his wife, and they described it to me. Then he come down about 2 weeks later when I was live and tried to bring me some beer. He goes, "Hey, I brought you beer." I'm like, "I'm cool, I don't drink," but you know, it was nice of him to come down there. And then there's a homeless guy that runs through there. But I used to work with the guy at the building. The company I used to work for. So since I ran into him, he knew who I was. And if I'm down there fishing or anything else, and he sees somebody coming down there, and if he thinks they're shady or whatever, he'll let out a whistle, let me know, hey, shady people in the area.
Yeah.
So it's peaceful down there. So
John Holiday, I get what you're saying now. Asking if that flashing light is Duggar. Okay, yeah, that's probably Oklahoma City helicopter. It's not really moving very much, so that's a red light flashing. I think that's probably Oklahoma City helicopter hanging out. That's Oklahoma City up to the northwest where the phone's pointing. So that might be what you're seeing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of radio towers up a little more to the east of where the phone's pointing. So I don't think you can see them really, but
Yeah, that corner post there is blocking the blinking light where the one tower is. I can barely see it.
yeah.
oh yeah, there's yeah.
Yeah.
Holiday, I think Duggar's spaceship's still in shop anyway. He said it's been in shop for about a year. Probably hard to get parts.
Yeah, Chad,
Yeah.
I don't really know. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about as far as comparing rods. If you're talking about comparing, oh, okay, yeah, you and Martin are talk about comparing rods between American rods and British rods.
Yeah, because their
I don't
rods,
know. That'd be interesting.
different. They're calibrated a lot different. I've got some European style rods, or I've had some, and our medium heavy would be like their medium light on a lot of stuff, or vice versa. So yeah, they're calibrated a lot different.
Yeah. Well, I do plan on. I've got the Uncle Lou's rod I have is medium heavy, and I do plan on my next one being a medium because I'm not out here catching monsters, and having a little bit of a lighter rod might give me a little more of a fight and make it a little more fun.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, Dan, that going to a lighter rod will probably save your life on a lot of bites. If you pay attention to when I caught that John Oil tournament, I took out that custom rod I built, the fish layer rod, the green fish scale one. I took it out, and you guys keep fighting that fish on the tournament. You watch that rod in the background. It bounced about 9 or 10 times. And I mean, it is so stiff it don't bend. So it couldn't hook itself up because it was throwing the hook as soon as it pulled. And it was that all night. It just kept on bouncing and bouncing. But I went back and watched that to show my son, because he didn't get to watch the video. I went to show my son the video. He goes, "Dad, that green rod's bouncing like crazy." I'm like, "Yeah." The whole time it was sitting there bouncing. Could not catch a fish on it though.
Yeah.
No flex. So yeah, you definitely need to if you're fishing for smaller fish, cutting down to a medium would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, hell, with Stan catching a 200, well, he calls it a 222, but
220. Yeah, that was a big fish.
They said all the measurements had come out to around 212, but being Stan with the twos, he gets the 222. But anyway, either way, it was a damn two.
He likes that 222.
Oh yeah, but either way, it was a 200-pound fish on a medium action Uncle Lou's rod.
Yeah.
So if he's pulling that in, I don't need a medium heavy because I still ain't even caught a damn 20-pounder. So I could probably catch anything I catch on a damn medium light and be good.
Yeah. Well, you need to come over here towards Cincinnati or Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to catch a monster, go down to Tennessee.
Yep.
I went down to bar in the fall. I took my wife down there, and the catfishing was so easy. It was pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife likes to catch bass and crappie and bluegills.
Yeah.
And she catches the bait, and I'll take them out and put them in the water.
Right.
And if you get in that deeper channels, it's nothing like the Ohio. You'll catch more fish in the Tennessee River up there by Watts Bar.
Oh yeah.
And them guys that fish there, them guys, like kayak catfish. He catches a lot. So does
Oh, yeah.
Dave. Dave catches a lot of monsters.
Yeah, I don't watch Catfish Dave.
I
you
don't
know,
either. He's all right, but he's never talked to me. He won't comment to me, but he's all right guy.
well, I watched one or two of his videos last year, or maybe at the end of 2020, and it just what I saw, it rubbed me wrong, his personality and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I never went back, and I'm fine not
It's
watching
just,
them.
it's just like when you meet some people. Some people, there's something about them. You may not like it, but still, they're good people. You just got to learn to put up with them or not. He's never going to talk to me or take me fishing. I know that.
Yeah, but
He's
some people have said he's they met him in person, and he's a little bit different than what you see on camera. He's a pretty decent guy to talk to and everything. So
Big Mike met him a couple weeks ago in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he talked to him for 2-3 hours. He says he was a great guy. Maybe when you catch him in person, he's a different person. But some people just like to stay by themselves and fish, and some like to be social.
Right.
I like to be social and talk to people.
All right, John. Good night, sir.
Good night, John.
I unsubscribed to Catfish Dave. I used to be subscribed to him. I unsubscribed to him after what he did to Palmetto Cats.
What did he do to him? I think I heard the end of that, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, he got mad because Palmetto Cats didn't have that many viewers, but one of his videos got like 200,000 views.
Well, one of his 70-foot hole video has I looked the other night, and Kevin's, I threw my bait in a 70-foot hole. That thing has almost 500,000 views already.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't get it. I don't know how, but I mean, it does. But
just the title itself caught people's attention. But Catfish Dave got mad about that because he made the comment. He goes, "Here's this nobody that comes along, don't even have a big channel, that gets 200,000 dang views on a video."
Hey, we're all somebodies. Wewe're all somebodies.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
Yeah. And I don't get how one title throws it out there, but Kevin made it happen, and that's awesome. More power to him. Kevin has put in so much for this community, and he's helped so many people in so many ways.
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple times.
Yeah, I like Kevin a lot.
Yeah, at CatCon when he did the announcing for the people who won the awards.
Yeah, the Golden Whiskey.
I donated him some money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
he's always been super nice to me.
Yeah,
but
I used to like Carl too. I unsubscribed to Carl too. The only reason why I did that is because I know he's a veteran, and I respect our veterans. I love our veterans, and I would do anything for our vets. I've always been that way. My dad was a vet, and when he sit there and made the comment that he was going to start charging a membership of $20 a month or whatever for his channel for the vets, and I'm like, well, how are you going to do that? Because if you're charging everybody $20 just to watch videos, $20 a month to watch videos, what about the vets that want to see your videos that can't afford that?
Yeah,
it's kind of a catch-22 there, buddy. You know, so I
kind of agree with what Brokeback Bob just said. People shouldn't worry about what other people do. Just stay away from them. That's if someone they don't want to talk to me, let it be.
Well, I never did subscribe to Carl. When I first found him, I liked him, and then, like you said, with the whole charging. But I go in there, and when I first found him was when I first started finding the whole YouTube live stream thing and everything, and that was not long after me and my ex split up. So I lost my home, lost my family, and then 2 months later, my mom died, and then 2 weeks after that, my grandma died.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
So I lost pretty much my whole world pretty much shattered in 3 months.
Wow.
And so I find chat and everything, and I'm just thinking, it's nice having people to talk to, and all of a sudden I'm trying, you try to have a normal conversation with people, and Carl didn't like that. If you weren't talking to him or about what he was doing,
Yeah, he got an attitude
Yeah.
about it.
he got an attitude and he'd block you.
Yeah.
And when he did that to me, I never subscribed to him. I never had an
Yeah.
interest in him.
Well,
So
I hate it when I try to comment to somebody, and I say something nice about them and they don't comment back ever. I don't like that.
well, I don't care if he's a veteran. I don't care if he's got PTSD. You can have all the excuses you can have all the things in the world you want. But if you can't be a decent person to me, screw you. I don't care what you've done for my
Yeah.
country or what you've done.
I
You
agree
just
with you. I
Dan, you
agree
know
with you.
me.
Just stay away from them. That's how I
Dan,
am.
you know me. I suffer with severe PTSD, and
Yeah,
I
a lot
still
of
talk
people,
to everybody.
a lot
You
of
know,
people do, and you got to learn to live with it.
Yeah.
you know the main thing that made me mad about Carl, though, the main thing was what he just did recently. And I try to stay out of the drama on YouTube because I try to, I watch everybody and I try not to get in the middle of everybody's stuff. There was a bunch of problems with a couple YouTubers last year, and I told them when they come in my channel, look, if you're here to argue with somebody else, take it somewhere else. If y'all can be in here peaceful, I want to talk to both of y'all. I don't have no
Yeah.
issues with either one of y'all. I'm
Yeah.
not getting drama. But
Yeah.
certain people, the only two I've ever had a problem with was Carl and Dave. Other than that,
Now,
I've never had.
who's
And
this
Carl,
Carl? Who's Carl? I don't know him.
Combat
It's
Carl,
now Catfish ruined. It
Yeah.
used to be Combat Carl.
I
Yeah.
never watched him. Never watched him.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bash the guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
I said what I said. I said why I don't really care for the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call him names or anything else.
No, me neither.
And
But
I
still appreciate what he did to Mike. Also,
right.
he actually went out
Big
there. He went out there and exposed all Big Mike's fishing spots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that's not nice.
Yeah.
And that right there was the end of it. Like I told my wife the other day, I was like, he pops, even though he's not subscribed, I'm not subscribed to him. He still pops up in my stuff every once in a while. Aaron's in the house, and when it pops up, I just scroll past it.
Yeah, it is, Aaron. What's going on, Aaron? How you doing, man?
Brokeback Bob says he don't understand Carl's point of view anymore.
Yeah.
No, but I can tell you one thing right now that I will say: that man can catch some fish.
Oh yeah,
he
catches
never watched him. Never watched him.
Oh,
It's what? Oh hell, he's had nights where he's caught 80 and 90 pounders, multiple in one night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's an awesome fisherman.
He had a double up where he landed an 80. I think it was 83 and a 94 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 80 something and a 92 or something. 83.
Yeah.
Like I say,
I caught some big fish, but it was when I was younger, and I got pictures of a lot of them.
That's me.
Always,
that is me.
He was always bringing in, 50, 60, 70, 80 pounders.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not going to say anything.
For the right price.
Yeah.
I said my opinion on my thoughts on him. I'm not going to say anything more. He's an awesome fisherman.
Yeah.
But
don't let him ruin your fun and fishing.
Well, and that I'm not going to disparage the guy. This is my channel, and I'm going to do my channel the way I do my channel.
Yeah. Two nights ago, I got on a chat at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I just came on, and I knew a couple guys in there, and they fish for bass and crappie.
Right.
And they were really bashing, and I said hello, and a couple of them said hi, and they kept talking, and they were really running this guy down. And I'm like, hey guys, you better just tone it down a little bit. Don't let anybody get to you like that.
That's right, Chad. I agree. I was told to give respect to earn respect. Yeah, that's how I've always been.
Well, if I'm going to disparage anybody, it's going to be this catfish regulators guy.
Oh, Aaron.
Catfish regulators.
I'm going to do it right to his face while he's in my live.
Yeah.
Catfish regulators here.
Aaron, I tell you what, Aaron's got a good channel. His channel, I don't understand why they bigger than what it is. The man does catch good fish out there. He usually keeps everybody entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. You know, some channels grow when they shouldn't, and some don't grow when they should.
Yeah. My wife and I was looking on computer today and looking at some of these views some of them get. Like the other day when John Parker, that policeman, pulled up,
Oh yeah.
I thought he would get a lot of hits. He, in 24 hours, he only got 1,000 hits.
Well, he ain't renamed it to. He hasn't renamed it to where
He
like
called it. He called it something about the popo.
yeah. A lot
And
of
I
people
think,
have said
yeah,
you know
it's the
put it in
title
there.
it's the title that brings them in.
Oh yeah. If he would, like somebody said, if he title it "Blind Man Harassed for Fishing,"
Yeah, yeah,
police
Yeah,
called or
and
something,
he would get 1,000,000 views. Yeah.
yeah. But
that probably jump up there.
I was so proud of him. He caught that 11.8 pounder yesterday, and
Oh
he
yeah.
was so proud of that. And then Dana caught a little bigger fish. And all these other guys today and the other day, everybody's been really getting skunked. And Danny,
Yeah.
Danny,
Danny Stone.
Danny Stone. I was talking to him this morning. He was on the competition. He goes, the whole world was backwards.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, it's not just the dock, Aaron. It's you knowing your spot where you fish at. That is what a lot of people don't understand. It takes time to learn a spot, and you learn that spot. You know where the holes are at and everything else. You put on a good show. You catch good fish, at least for the most part.
Half the time he sleeps and don't talk.
Yeah,
So,
that too.
Yeah,
I think
always wondered.
everybody else puts on the show. They get up there and they strut their stuff on the dock, and Aaron just kind of commentates.
I always wondered about Mike if people.
Our 1v1.
But I'm gonna comment on what Aaron said, and Aaron, you're right. Chris does have truth in some of the things he says, and I did watch some of his last videos when he was doing his. I'm gonna expose and show you guys everything.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of things he said in that there was there's truth to it. So he's like I say, he's not a bad guy. Just he rubbed me wrong, and I don't necessarily care for the guy, but he knows his stuff, and that's he's a good fisherman. Personally, I don't know that we get along in person, but I don't get along with everybody anyway. So but that's really about I really changed the subject off of talking about people, because I don't really want this to turn up into talking about people.
Well, that's what I say. I don't like to bash. I don't like to bash anybody. I just, if they treat me the wrong way, I just stay away from them.
Oh,
but most people I've met on here have been really nice.
Aaron, don't worry. You and Jody, y'all nap all the time. It's all right.
And like I said, he did not nap on our 1v1. Me and him had a 1v1, and it didn't turn out too good for neither one of us. We both down there tired, wore out. I was going to cancel out because we had a family emergency here, and I was like, you know what, he's done. I got up that morning, was getting ready to call him or send him a message and tell him I was going to cancel out. We had a family emergency. And then he posted a video live, or went live, showing everybody he was headed to the doctor or 1v1. He goes, yeah, I got an hour and a half drive. I'm like, well, I'm not canceling out. The man's already left to go to the dock. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So we went out there, and he stayed awake the whole night, and neither one of us was catching fish at first. He's like, he made a comment. He goes, I guess whoever catches the fish, biggest fish first wins, and we'll be done with this thing. Maybe we can go home early or something, joking around.
Yeah.
And, all I was catching was baby flatheads. I mean, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Chad for
3 fish, and it was all like 1 pound, 2 pound a piece. That was jokes.
Yeah.
You're right, Brokeback Bob.
Well, Chad for an active duty member of one of our armed services, to make fun of anybody out in public, just to make fun of anybody, especially somebody with a debility, a physical disability like you have, that is pathetic.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, that's pathetic. And it's pathetic for anybody. I don't care who it is, but somebody that is supposed to be the, upholding what our country stands for, and then to be out there. And Chad, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. And I'm sure you've had to deal with that shit all your life. And or ever since it really kind of popped up on you. And that sucks.
I was raised to always respect men or women who served in the service, respect them and thank them.
Yep.
And that's the way I've always been.
Yeah, but I agree. They shouldn't do what they did to Chad as far as being disrespectful to him.
And when I was younger, I had buddies that were in Vietnam, and they had post-traumatic stress, and they were good friends. They had troubled days, but they were nice guys, and I always thanked them for serving.
Well, what Chad was saying is he had an active duty member of the Marines making fun of him out at the bar.
Yeah,
for his
that's not right.
Nah.
For his cerebral palsy, I believe it is.
Yeah, I seen that where he commented on that.
That's for anybody to do that, it's pathetic.
Yeah,
we're adults. Yeah, I can see kids who don't really understand things, and even if they do, just kids are kids, but we're grown adults. We need to understand that things like that. There's stuff in life that's out of our control. We don't try to keep the bad language. We don't freaking make fun of people, especially somebody with things out of the control.
Yeah. But the other night when I came in on that one show, I couldn't believe how they were really cutting up, and I just, I'm like, wow, I've never seen this on YouTube. And I only knew two of the guys in there, and I just like, man, I got to go.
Yeah.
Bob, that'd be nice, man. There is a lot of hatred that's come out in the last number of years. And, it'd be nice if everybody just figured things out.
We've had some bad 2 years to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the COVID and the economy, a lot of people lost everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just been bad. And then now we could be in a war with Russia here in the next couple of days. You never know.
Yeah, all it takes is one person to spit the wrong way, and we're all in for it.
That's all it's going to take. That's all it's going to take.
Yep.
And I hope that don't come, because our economy is suffering enough.
Yeah.
Our economy's bad.
Well, we wouldn't win with a war with Russia, because they done said that they would attack with nukes right away. So
yeah, I listened to a guy tonight that was on YouTube, and he was explaining a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I don't know if most of it's true, but he's saying that Russia's trying to look weak, like they're being really, pushed back by the Ukraine.
Talking about Dr. Frau on Canadian Prepper.
Yeah, and he said they're just looking weak, and Russia's waiting to strike and hit some of these other countries like they've never been hit. And I'm like, and we might be one of them if they use mustard gas or something. That's all it's going to take.
Yeah, and I believe in a lot of that myself. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But at the same time, I've got friends that live in Russia, and they've been talking about this stuff for quite some time. A lot of them are saying that Putin's been losing his mind.
Yeah.
That he's going through some medical crisis and everything else.
Yeah, he may have cancer. I heard.
Yeah,
and
he's going through a medical crisis, and his whole thing is that before he steps down, or before his time is over, Russia's gonna be the dominant country, is what he's got in his mind.
Yeah,
I honestly believe that's what he's doing, because like they said, he hasn't not to bring in politics and all the crap, but he hasn't pushed any of his good weapons.
Yeah, not yet. He's been using the old stuff, making it look like they're wore out and weak.
Yep.
But he's got stuff in the back in reserve that is just top notch.
Yeah, and he's only sent 250,000 troops when he's got 1 million. He's just playing games. He's playing games is what he's doing.
He's sending a bunch more. I heard that tonight from that guy, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then it's just I don't even want to really watch it. It kind of upsets my wife.
It does.
And, I said, heck, the world can change. But I agree with what Brokeback Bob says. We all need to learn to get along.
Yes, we do.
No matter what party you're with or whatever, get along, have fun, fish, and respect each other. And that's the way it used to be. But I don't know. It's just really got, kind of bad lately.
Yeah,
Well-
it's gotten lost somewhere in the communications. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we got is we got a big community here on YouTube, and
Yeah.
seems like the majority of everybody we can appreciate, and I know everybody sees different sides of things, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know there's a big majority of people in this catfish community that see the side that I don't see, and I just grit my teeth and I move on, and I try to keep my nose out of it.
That's
Keep
how I am.
Going.
That's how I am. I don't understand a lot of it, and I don't want to know some of it.
And
Sandy
There's
Toes just
always-
came in.
there's always somebody that's got to make their political comment to try to get a rise out of people, and I don't care for that.
Yeah. Sandy
but-
Toes just came in.
Hey, Sandy Toes, but
Sandy
I would
Toes.
like it if we had more celebrities out there like Willie Nelson, who
Yeah,
I
really,
just saw
really.
this morning. He just spent $1 million for over what was it, $1 million a day for the last 2 days for people in Chicago and the suburbs to have free gas.
Wow, I
Now,
didn't hear that. I didn't hear
Yeah.
that.
Granted, that's not going to be everybody in that area getting free
Yeah.
gas.
He
Yeah.
owns a big truck stop and a gas company, don't he?
Hey, yeah, he's got Bio Willie. He's got that biodiesel.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got
right. I
a
remember
biodiesel.
hearing about that.
So yeah, it would be nice if we had now. Granted, okay, that's their money. They made it however they made it, and
Yeah.
they don't have to do that. But hell, if I had hundreds of millions of dollars, I'd be a philanthropist. I really would. I'd be giving a lot of that money for a lot of different things.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'd be the same way.
That's what
Yeah,
I would do too.
I mean, hell,
Yeah.
you got that much money, you've got interest coming in, you've got things where your money's going to be making money. So, okay, if I spend $10 million to throw towards cancer research or something, my
Yeah.
money's going to make $10 million back in a matter of no time anyway. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Willie would spend $100,000 like we spend $10,
oh, yeah.
No doubt.
like no problem. I like Willie. He's a good singer. I love his music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have enough good people like that out there. I was talking to my
Yeah.
wife about that earlier because she didn't know that Bon Jovi opened because we grew up in the '80s, and Bon Jovi,
You
he
grew up
switched
long
over
before the 80s.
and then he's like he switched
I
over
grew up in the 80s.
doing he switched over to he had a restaurant. He's got a restaurant called Soul Kitchen or whatever, and what they do is you go in there if you can't afford to buy your food, pay for your food, your meal. You can actually come in there and volunteer somewhere else, and they give you they take care of you and feed you.
Yeah,
That'd be
And
cool.
that's
you
good.
don't have enough people to do stuff like that in this world.
No, not now.
And then it's like my favorite rapper. A lot of people don't like him because
Tech Nine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, my wife was just saying Dolly Parton really helped a lot of people when they caught on fire there in Tennessee.
Yes, she did.
She helped people with housing, food, and
Yeah.
she's got a lot of money.
I looked the other day. She's 76 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
And she did. I saw like a couple months ago where she did like a thing where she dressed up like she did for her 1970 whatever Playboy cover,
Wow.
and she did a little photo shoot for her husband and dressed up in a costume,
Yeah.
in a bunny costume like that. And I mean, she looked pretty good. But I guess when you got her money, all it takes is surgery after surgery, and you can continue looking how
Yeah.
you want.
She
Yeah.
owns that theme park in Tennessee. It probably brings in a lot of money for
Hi,
her.
Eugene.
Dollywood.
Eugene, out on y'all.
Hollywood, yeah.
All right, Eugene, take it easy. Have a good one.
See you, Eugene.
But guys, I appreciate you being here, Eugene. It's been nice having you. Good talking to you. And I'm sorry, you guys. I have no fish to speak of, no bites, no nothing tonight.
That's just the way it is. That's the way it is
that's just
some
one of
nights.
those nights. But it's not for lack of trying.
Hey, at least you're out there doing it.
Well, you're
Oh,
doing it. I wish I was out there fishing.
Yeah,
I'm
me
at
too.
home in bed watching you fish. I hate it.
It's not horrible. I mean, it's 51 degrees. The breeze is not
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, my legs and my toes are starting to get a little chilly now. But
Yeah.
Yeah, our high for the next 2 days is only supposed to be in the low 40s.
Yeah, I know. it's like 30, 34 out there now, and where I'm at in Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's 29 here.
Yep.
Yeah.
29 here.
Well, we've damn sure been playing musical chairs with the weather
Yeah.
here.
Woke up, woke up this morning with snow, and then it melted in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had snow. When did we have snow? We had snow like 2 weeks ago, something like that, and it snowed its ass off. I think we got like 3, 4 inches before I ever woke up that morning. Of course, I didn't wake up till like noon that day, but
Yeah.
I woke up, and because the temperature had been what it was over the previous days, the roads were completely thawed. There was no snow on the roads. We had 3 or 4 inches in the yard, and it
Yeah.
stayed for like a day or two, but the roads were completely dry that evening,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Hey, said, Martin, you think it was a good chat tonight?
Bob, that'd be awesome if you were out here. You could get skunked right along with me, but hey, we'd be having a good time.
Martin says no fish, but a good chat. We must be doing a good job.
Well, I
thank you,
appreciate that, Martin. Like I try to provide some form of entertainment, even if it's not catching fish.
And that's what people like. Like I watch John Parker and Dana fish every time they fish, probably 99% of the time. And there's days he catches nothing, but he's a riot. Him and her together, it's a riot.
Oh God, yeah. Especially when they go back and forth at each other. That's funny.
When you know they got the net tangled up that time, he lost Dana's fish.
I missed that. I didn't get to see when that happened.
It looked like John did it on purpose, and he looks at the camera and just laughs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back. I keep forgetting about doing it, and I'm gonna have to go back and watch that
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I think Dana almost made him walk home that day.
Oh yeah. The first time I met John, it was about 4 months ago, I think, and he was online by himself. Dana wasn't there, and he was eating a hot dog, and he was right behind the phone, and he kind of made a little noise, and she was hearing it, and she got really mad.
No, that wasn't a little bit of noise. That was a lot of noise.
I know, but I don't want to talk bad about John. I love the guy. And I started talking to John. I said, I've never in my life heard a man eat like that. And we kind of went back and forth, and we ended up being friends.
Well, that's not talking bad about him for.
I was just teasing with him, but he took it. He likes to tease. John does.
Oh yeah, you could tell with he knew he was making all that noise.
Yeah.
He just did the whole "I'm playing dumb" thing, and
but I mean, I could text John or call him right now, and he'd answer the phone. That's how good John is.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He'd help you and give you a shirt off his back.
Yeah, I always just say, just keep me away from John anytime he's eating. I'll have to put the earplugs in because hearing people eat, talking with food in their mouth and chomping with an open mouth are my biggest pet peeves. So yeah,
I'm the same way.
I'm not afraid to put earplugs in while I'm eating it with other people.
Yeah, when I was young, there's 5 kids in my family. And if one of us kids did it, we had 3 boys and 2 sisters. And if one of us kids did that, we got hit with a bullwhip.
Yeah.
Sandy,
you're going to have to find out what snow's like eventually. And Bob, fishing trip, being skunked.
Where's Sandy at?
Sandy's in Australia.
Oh, really?
Sandy, the ice is the hard part. Because when you get ice on the roads, you cannot stop. It's impossible.
Australia is on my bucket list.
Yeah, saw their last spring where they caught a fish.
Number 1 on my bucket list is going to Australia. Yeah.
I want to go over there and try kangaroo meat, which I didn't know that people actually ate kangaroo over there. I thought they were, I know that they get to where they overrun areas. I remember seeing a number of years back where they were overrunning Sydney.
Yeah, they're like deer. They're like deer there. They get hit a lot by cars.
Yeah. And I guess they are kind of like deer there where, they get killed, they get eaten.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
But otherwise they'll get left alone, but they'll also get killed and eaten. And as much as I like kangaroos, and as far as watching them and think they're such cute, neat animals, I'd try them. I'd try to see what they taste like.
Yeah, I remember when they was eating them emu birds. They're like a big ostrich.
Yeah.
They started raising them. Actually, what's his name? Steve Douglas did that years ago. I found out the other day.
Yeah.
And I ate them. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't as good as people were saying. They were trying to sell it.
Yeah.
But if you drank a beer or some wine with it, it was okay.
Well, we have the town. I don't know. It's Yukon. It's about half an hour away. But
Yeah,
every year they have an ostrich egg festival,
yeah,
and it takes one ostrich egg, and I can't remember how many omelets they can make out of one ostrich egg. Like
yeah,
those things are outrageously huge,
yeah,
and the eggs, like because so many people use them for art because the shells are so thick.
yeah,
Like they draw a lot of money just on the eggshells.
yeah,
So when they do those festivals and stuff like that, all they do is they drill a hole and they get the egg. They get the egg through that hole, so
yeah,
they can sell the shells. They don't crack the shell. Plus,
yeah.
they also say they're so thick and so hard you
Yeah,
can't just crack
my
them like an egg.
my dad's father was my grandfather. He's passed away now, but him and my grandmother went to Africa about 35, 40, well, it was about 45 years ago.
Mm.
And they got one, brought it back, and it had a little hole in it. And they sat it in this cabinet, and it was from Africa. And it was an ostrich egg. It was really cool.
Yeah,
Hard as a
that
rock. Hard as a rock.
oh yeah. Let's see, they can. Oh, Sandy says the kangaroos can get into plague levels. You can get a cull license. They're like dense and gamey meat. Huh. Yeah. Talking
Yeah.
about John and Dana with and I've said it for a while. I say, hell, we need to get me and John and whoever else. We need to get a skunk masters tournament going on. All of us that religiously get skunked out there.
Well,
We need to get
I've been on that one lately.
no,
John and
not like
Dana's been the only one catching them lately.
yeah, they've been on fire. I think they've caught fish the last couple times they've been out, haven't they?
Well, yesterday they caught two nice ones, and
Yeah.
I was so proud of him. He was smiling from ear to ear.
I had to
Dana,
scroll back because I was working and I heard them hooting and hollering when they got that 11-pounder, and so I had to scroll back a couple 10, 20 seconds so I could check it out, and it was a nice looking fish. I didn't get
Yeah.
to see the first one because I didn't even know there was a first one. I was busy working.
Yeah, that was Dana's fish, and they kind of got in a little fight about that. It's on there, I think, a little bit of it. But Dana's fish was a little bigger. I think it was 14 or 16 pounds, I think. They didn't weigh that one, but they weighed the other one 11.8.
Right. I remember hearing Dana was sitting there talking to him saying, well, we didn't even weigh your fish. And he was like, well, yeah, I wasn't going to weigh a tadpole or a minnow, whatever he said.
Dana was so nervous when she knew the sheriff was coming. Oh, man, she was nervous. And I kept telling him, because John was getting mad. And I know how to act around police. I'm like, tell them to be cool, calm down, just calm down. You don't want to do that in front of an officer.
Yeah.
When they see your hands in your pocket and you make a fist, a police officer does not like to see that.
Oh, yeah.
But he was all right. But at first, the officer did tell him to leave, and I was kind of mad because he had permission to fish there.
Yeah, well, it
all worked out, and they said you could stay, and everybody was happy. And there was 71 of us watching him live.
Oh yeah. Sandy says, "Forget you guys. I'll be winning that competition." Yep. Sandy's been getting stumped when she goes out too. So.
Yeah, John's going to go to Bugs Island. It's up, I think, around Virginia, between the 2nd and the 9th this coming month.
Right.
And my wife and I are going to drive over there and stay for a couple days.
Oh, that'll be cool.
And I'm gonna try to fish with him and maybe be on one of his live shows.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to make it out to the East Coast and go see a bunch of people.
Yeah, and I'd like to meet Stan too. Two Stans too. Him and his son, they really fit. Man, they know how to fish.
Yeah.
Alicia said, tall to meet Stan too, because Stan is tall.
Well, he always said he's 6'3", so I mean,
Yeah.
6'3" is pretty. I'm 6 foot, and still 6'3" to me is still pretty tall.
That's what
Yeah,
everybody said. That's what everybody said at CatCon. Man, I didn't know you were that tall.
Yeah, he walked up to me, goes, Troy. And I turn around, I'm like, look up, I'm like, Stan?
Yeah.
Because every time you see him in a video, he looks like he might be short because the way he always does the camera angle.
Yeah, it's the way he holds the camera.
And I'm like, I was expecting to be my height. And I go in there and he's like, I'm like looking way up. I'm like, man, because I'm only 5'9", so I had to look way up.
Yeah, I mean at 6'3", that's pretty tall.
Is Stan's son tall too? Stan 3?
Yeah, he's pretty tall too. He's not as
Is
big
he?
as tall as his daddy, but he's pretty dang tall too.
Boy, Stan 3 loves to fish, and he's good at catching them flats.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah, he's good. He's like
I gave Alicia my spot last night or night before last. I sent her through because she was talking about getting her boat out on the Ohio River, and I was telling her places she can go do it where it's going to be safe for that smaller boat.
Yeah.
And one of the spots is my flathead spot, and I didn't want to give it to anybody, but if I'm gonna give it to anybody, I'll give it to her, I guess.
Well, you just got to tell them don't share it with nobody. Respect it. Respect it.
Yeah, I landed a 73 pounder out of that spot, so I really didn't want to give it to anybody. But I can't get to it because the city's done shut the park down. I used to go in there at nights and stuff, and it used to be 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I'd go in there and I'd camp out in that spot and catch them from the bank. But
yeah,
Andy, I bet you feel like a munchkin around your nephews, being over a foot taller, a foot shorter than both of them.
yeah, I would say so.
I used to shoot pool tournaments in a bar back in about 2004 to 2006. I shot tournaments in there every Monday for 2 years. And one of the guys I shot pool with, he was 6'7", and his dad was 6'9" or 6'11", and his brother was 7'2".
Clayton
wow.
the fishing that just came in.
When all three of them be in there, holy hell, they could. Yeah. And the dad, he walked around. He did party pictures with an old antique Polaroid.
Really?
And he did party pictures in the bars and stuff. What's going on, Clayton? You ain't missed nothing but a good time.
Good chat. We're being nice and friendly tonight.
Hey, I tell you what, I was a manager at Burger King, and they brought in this 16-year-old kid.
Why you got to bring up Burger King? I want a freaking Whopper now. Bacon.
I'm hungry myself.
He was 7'2". He had a duck to come to the doorway half the time, keep him bumping his head. And
they're 7-foot doorways.
And he sit there literally. They put him on one of the burger boards where you make the sandwiches, and he had to bend over almost completely in half to reach the board. And I told one of the other managers, I was like, "It's going to tear that poor boy's back up." So I come in there one night when they right after close, and I told him, I said, "Watch this." I said, "Tomorrow when he comes in," I said, because they had him on Whopper board at first. I said, "Put him on burger board because on burger board all you need is some pickles, some onions, some mustard, ketchup, so I can set that all up for him." So I went in that night, right after we closed. I got done closing the building down, and I stayed an extra hour, and I went and got another one of the table inserts and stuff, and I mounted it about 1.5 feet up higher than the other one, and put all his sauces and stuff where he could put them right there. So he come in the next day, and he ducked in. He walked in. He was getting ready to go to Whopper board. I said, "I got you on burger board today." He walks over. He goes, "What's this?" I said, "That's why you don't have to bend over so much no more."
I bet he liked that.
Oh, he did. He did. And his speed picked up too. And that's what I told him. I said, he'll probably be faster because him having to reach down as far as he's got to reach down, then stretch all the way over to grab stuff. It's got to be impossible.
Yeah, and he hurt his back too.
Yeah. So I put him up about 1.5 feet higher on the board. And I tell you what, he was slinging them sandwiches out.
Yeah.
He was happy for that.
Oh, he was. Oh, I missed that job because I had a chance to. When I was a manager there, I actually had a chance to go to on a cruise to Europe.
Yeah.
And through one of the coworkers I had there, I turned it down because I wanted to go to Europe, but at the same time, I didn't want to take the chance of going with those people. I didn't know him well. The girl that was working with me at the time, her dad offered me to go. And I was like, no, I can't see me, riding, on a cruise with your daughter while you and your wife were out running around. So I'm not going.
Clayton, I appreciate you popping in, coming in, say hi. Hey, you guys hold it down for me for a few minutes. I got to run up to the truck, and I'm gonna go ahead. Since I'm doing that, I'm just gonna carry some stuff up because I don't want to have to make 2 trips. But
okay, it's no problem. To do what you got to do.
You guys carry on, and I will be right back in a few.
Yeah, Troy, I don't know where. One night we were both on some fishing site on somebody's show, and we were texting, and I said I was from Cincinnati on the river, Ohio.
Yep.
And you said you were by Louisville, and I remember you talking about your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you said, "Hey, we got to get together one night." And I said, "Hey, I'm game for it."
Yeah. Yeah, we do. I mean, I'm trying to find more spots to go to right now. I've been working on. I've got 2 vehicles right now. Well, I got 3 counting my motorcycle, but it don't go nowhere. I parked my truck because it only gets 8 miles a gallon and it's got death wobble.
Wow.
That's kind of my fault though, because I lifted it 2 inches and put 32-inch mud tires on it, so it's probably why it shakes so much. But
yeah, that'll do it. But I bet it's good in the mud.
Oh yeah, it'll go anywhere I need to. But at 8 miles a gallon, you can't go too far with it.
I'm gonna see if this Sandy will let me stay with her if I go to Australia.
Yeah, she said she'll put you up.
I couldn't afford a hotel out there.
No doubt. But yeah, I've been working on. I picked up a PT Cruiser that I've been working on because I was a mechanic for 30 years.
Yeah.
And this thing has me so baffled. I've replaced every part in it that I can think of to replace. I don't know much about transmission and clutches, but it's a 5-speed. We've come down to the conclusion after I replaced everything on it because they sit there and the guy I got it from had just replaced the clutch, so it's got a brand new clutch, a brand new slave cylinder, brand new hoses. So I replaced the master cylinder, so everything in it is brand new.
Yeah.
But it will not engage, and then I'm like, I'm going over it, and I've spent about 4 months working on this car trying to figure this out. And I called him up the other day. I'm like, Bob, I've replaced everything on here. You replaced everything on here. Something don't make no sense, I was like, so you replaced everything in the clutch. He said the clutch. He said the pressure plate. Everything's brand new. Like, okay. I said, did you replace that arm? He said, what do you mean? I said, because it's got the little fork arm that pushes over for it. I'm like, because it's over awful far. He said, what do you mean? Well, what it was is it was pushed over almost to the edge where it's probably bent by a 1/2 inch. So now I've got to take the whole transmission apart to replace that one piece, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Right now I don't ride much of anything. The bike I got right now is I got a 2004 a United Motors. It's a little 200cc. It's a little cruiser. It looks like a 650 is what it looks like.
What's a Star Raider? I never heard of one of them.
I think Star Raider, is that a Yamaha? I think.
Bob's got a 2013 Star Raider.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I just sold my real bike. Times got so hard and everything else because I got sick about 9 months ago and I've been off work.
I remember you saying that.
They cut me off. My doctor made a mistake. She told me I couldn't go back to work. Called the insurance company, told them I couldn't go back to work. And then when they went to fill out paperwork, she sent in the paperwork saying I could go back to work.
Yeah.
So my work got wind of that, and they're like, okay, you can come back to work. So I contacted the doctor. They said, no, you can't come back or go back. I'm like, well, you told them I could.
No.
Yeah.
When I talked to you that time, wasn't there something your wife had an issue with too?
Oh yeah, my wife's health's been shot forever.
I remember you talking to me about that. We kind of got off in a chat and started talking about life.
Yeah. She's had 4 heart attacks.
Oh my God!
1 major stroke, 3 minor strokes. She had spinal surgery. Yeah, it's been a nightmare.
Wow.
When I was working as mechanic at Sears, I was a mechanic at Sears, and I was working there, and I had 3 weeks a year on vacation.
Yeah.
And I literally, out of 7 years, so you can figure, that's about 4 months worth of vacation, 5 months worth of vacation added up. I got to take 1 week out of 7 years for an actual vacation. The rest of it was spent at,
Wow.
the rest
All
of it
right.
was spent at hospitals.
I'm back.
He's back.
All right. But yeah,
All
I
right.
just sold my Harley. I had a 79 Ironhead Sportster.
Wow,
90%.
that's nice. That's nice.
It was beautiful. It was my baby. It took me 30 years to get it, and I wound up getting $1,400 for it.
Wow.
And I cried loading that bike up on it because Kelly Blue Book on that bike was $5,000.
Yeah.
And I had
Yeah,
a
they
buddy
go
of
for
mine
some.
who used to
If
ride
they're in
it.
nice shape, they go for some big dollars around here.
Yeah, and I had a buddy of mine that's what he did. He worked for an insurance company, what they call that? I'm trying to think of the words of it. Basically figuring out what the car's worth or the bike's worth.
Yeah.
And when I went to buy the bike, to get the bike originally, he come over and he appraised. I'm sorry, that's what I was looking for. He come over and looked at the bike and appraised it. He said, that'll go, he said, in the condition it's in right now, will go $5,000 easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what I'm giving for it's worth it. He said, I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. I jumped on it. And sure enough, I couldn't get $5,000 out of it. I got $1,400.
Yeah.
But it was
In this economy, you got to get what you can get if you need it.
Yeah, I mean, it just hurts because I've been in this position before, I've been in this shape where I've lost everything. I was homeless for 6 years on and off, but when I was
Where
younger,
at? In Louisville?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I was homeless here for about 6 years on and off.
My daughter lived there for about a year in Louisville.
Yeah.
When she was going to college.
Yeah, I actually got lucky when I was homeless here because I knew a lot of people, so I got some handouts, which I hated. But
Yeah.
it was times that because I slept in one of the big parks here called Aircoys Park.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I know where it's at.
I used to sleep in Aircoys Park at night, and I had friends show up when I was asleep, and I'd wake up the next morning, there'd be food sitting there. So I'm like, what y'all going to do? Y'all know I don't like this. I work for everything I get.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's got me the most. Me and my wife been having some issues here lately, and it's been on my part because I've been getting irritated so much because I've worked for, since I was 13 years old. And out of that time, I'm 50, I'll be 50 this year, and I've worked since I was 13. And most of the time I worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So now that I'm sitting here and I can't work and can't provide, it's a real touchy subject,
You can't get no disability or nothing for your injury?
No, they cannot figure out. Well, they can't figure out what's wrong with me yet. I was supposed to have some neural scans done. They never could get the neural scans done. They kept on rescheduling because of the COVID stuff, and so I couldn't get the neural scans done. So they don't even know what's wrong with me. They just know that I was at work one day. They think it might have been a mild heart attack or something because I turned pale white. I was couldn't breathe. Was getting lightheaded and dizzy. And at first, that's what they thought. Well, maybe you just had a mild heart attack. But then symptoms started developing. I started slurring my words even more than what I was already slurring. I started walking sideways. Started getting lightheaded and dizzy every time I stand up.
Wow.
Started getting severe shakes to where, I grab a cup of coffee, I spill it on myself, shaking so much.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and now they can't figure it out. And I went literally in that 9 months, it's gotten so bad that when I was working, I was one of the runners at the building. I was acting lead, and I took my smartwatch with me one day, and I clocked out that I walked 27 miles in one day.
Wow.
That's what I had at work on a daily basis.
That's a lot. That's a long walk.
Yeah. Now I can't go a mile. Last time I took a trip that was a little over a mile walk, I had stopped 4 times.
Hey, Bob said everybody don't forget to hit the button, the thumbs up.
Thank you, Bob.
Appreciate that.
Bob's going to move to Tennessee, I think. Yeah. I want to move there too.
Sandy likes to hear me say where she's from. She likes to hear me say that she's from Broadview Island. She likes my Australian accent better than her own.
Yeah, I love down there in Tennessee. It's just a lot of nice places down there by the lakes and the rivers, and
I want
people are so friendly down there. We looked
I
at a
want to
little
take
place once, and the people said, if you guys, it was late in the evening, and they said, why don't you guys just spend the night here instead of going get in a motel? I couldn't believe it. Just met them,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
invited my wife and I to stay, and we did.
Well,
I want to
me
take
and my wife's going through that right now because a friend of mine, my brother-in-law, actually, his friend is right now. He's down on the Tennessee River. He's doing maintenance on some cabins down there, and
Yeah.
they just went down there last week, and he literally was staying in a 5-bedroom cabin, and his buddy goes, "Tell Troy if he wants to come up here and spend a couple nights up here, 3 or 4 nights up here and go fishing, he can do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." And I looked at my wife and said, "You know what? That'd be great if I had a car to make it that far."
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I want to take my bike. I want to
Go
take my bike out to. I want to take my bike out to Eastern Tennessee and North Carolina. And go ride the Dragon's Tail.
My
Yeah.
daughter and her husband do that. They haul their bikes, and then they ride down what's that road called? The real curvy road out of Gatlinburg.
Well, they call that. Well, I don't know if
Dragon
it's the
something.
tail of the dragon or
Yeah.
Dragon's Tail.
And they
Yeah.
do that twice every summer. They go and do that. Man, I'm worried about her.
I think
Yeah,
it's like
I'm watching for blood clots, but I don't know if they thought it might have been my blood sugar also, because they said my blood sugar was high. But every time they've ever tested me for my blood sugar, it's been 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they never tested me when I haven't eaten. That's the first thing they asked me. They said, "Have you had any sugary drinks today?" I said, "Only about 4 or 5 cups of coffee." And, I put 4 or 5 tablespoons of sugar in my coffee. So, yeah, I've had a little bit of sugar today. But whatever, blood sugar's high.
they ain't checked you for Parkinson's, have they?
They haven't checked me for much of anything. I'll be honest with y'all, after the incident with the doctor making the mistake they made, I have refused to go back to that doctor's office. I've tried to find another doctor's office because, after they messed up and caused me to lose my job and lose my short-term disability, I tried to contact them back. I said, "Look, here's the issue. I have to get back to work, or I have to get in here and get seen. So can y'all get me another appointment to the neurologist or whatever it's called, to get my brain scan done? I need to get it done."
Did you say urologist?
Neurologist.
I was about to say urologist has to do with your
neurologist. And yeah, I'm like, I need to get seen. And they're like, "Well, it may take about 6 months to get you back in." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'm just going to find a different doctor's office."
Yeah.
And I contacted about 25 or 30 of them, and none of them are taking new patients right now because they've got too many patients as it is.
Oh, there's a shortage of doctors bad all over the United States.
Yeah, so I'm in the process of going back to work, even with my health being as bad as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've been talking to my wife about it, and she's like, "Well, just go do it. You keep on saying it." I'm like, "It's not that easy. I wish you understood that."
Well, you ought to just get a nice tent or a cabin, go down to Tennessee and just fish every day. That's what I'd do.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've got right now up until May 1st, actually. Up until May 1st, I have access to a 5-bedroom cabin on Tennessee River. Up until May 1st. But I just don't have a way to get down there because our only vehicle we have is a 99 Dodge Grand Caravan that leaks transmission fluid, leaks oil, the front end's popping, the power steering's going out. I wouldn't trust it to go all the way to Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours to get down where he's at.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah.
Chad, I'd love to go ride anywhere there's twisty roads. Hell, I ride sport bikes and Harleys, so I like to get my lean on, and I like to be able to just cruise too. I do have. I gotta do what?
That's that sport bike stuff because I've been riding cruisers all my life, and I try to stay away from the curves. I just like to get out and cruise.
I like the curves on the Harley too. They're fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a video. I need to go ahead and post it because me and my friends, we go to the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue bike rally in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and there's a state park there south of Fayetteville. It's called Devil's Den, and it's a nice twisty road. And back in, what was it, 2011, I think it was, it ended up just being me and one other friend make it out there, which we met some other of our friends that went out there, but we rode through Devil's Den, and I was like, you know what? I got my digital camera. I'll pull it out and I'll just record the whole way. I rode that whole thing in first gear, one hand recording going around there.
That's what my daughter does down there. They record it all, but they're all mounted on the bars.
Well, I was holding it. I was holding it in one hand, and I was running the bike with the other hand, but I was going slow, and it was nice just cruising through there, and it's pretty scenery. Yeah. But I need to post that video. But we're talking about the dragon's tail, or tail of dragon. I think it's 300 and something curves over like 11 miles.
Yeah, I gotta load some videos on there. That's what I was doing all day, working on the laptop, getting some videos together. Tanya today, what's her name? Queen something.
Tanya Hollis.
Yeah, she goes, Charles, you need to get some videos on there, because I keep subscribing and then I have to resubscribe. And she goes, just walk your dog or your cat or something, put a video on it. And I said, I'm working on it.
Yep.
So I'm hoping by a day or two I'm going to load a couple on there.
Yeah. Well, Sandy, I'll read you a bedtime story whenever you need me to.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about actually making me a second channel, because my music that I produce, that I write.
What kind of music? What kind of music you produce?
Rap music.
Rap?
It's rap music. Yeah.
That's cool.
I try to keep it as clean as possible, but it's not clean, but it's clean as I can keep it. So I don't want to put it on my channel and everything. Plus I do during the summer and everything else, when I can get out there in the yard, I do all kinds of crazy stuff. Guys, plant my own garden. If you can put it on a smoker, I put it on a smoker. Even if they say you can't put it on a smoker, I put it on a smoker.
Just don't put your wiener on one.
Don't what?
I said, just don't put your wiener on a smoker.
I bumped into it with it. Trust me, it don't feel good.
Hey, Troy, you want us to give it the floor? You want to sing us a song?
What?
You want us to sing us a song? We'll give you the floor for a couple minutes.
I can give you a sample of the one I'm working on right now. I've been working on.
Do it. Come on, I'll make the show good.
It's about PTSD, because that's what I suffer with.
Hey,
and
let it go, brother. Let it go, brother.
It's going to be the first track I release. All right. It goes, have you ever woke up and felt like life wasn't worth it? And if you're trying for a disaster, then you're doing it perfect. It's cursed how I really feel deep down in my desk. Keep on screaming and screaming until I'm all out of breath. But ain't nobody hearing me, man. This shit be crazy. What about like I'm invisible? Nope, they just won't see me. I wonder if they noticed if I was toting the shotty, twitching, massaging the trigger with sweat all over my body. If they did, then they probably wouldn't pay it no mind. Just come telling themselves it'll all be just fine. He come to his damn senses like he always do, but never having a clue about that. I done lost it. That's part of his sickness too. That's part of his sickness too.
That was pretty good, Troy. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I've been doing it for almost 30 years.
Yeah,
and I had a chance to be signed by 2 of the major record labels at the time. And stage fright ruined that.
Yeah, that's hard to get over.
We'll call you the hard way. We couldn't do it.
We'll just call you B Bunny or B Rabbit.
And that was actually slow. That's actually slow. I've got some stuff right now that just is tongue twisting, crazy stuff that I've been doing for so long that it's just like second nature. Yeah. But most of it's not appropriate for my channel.
Yeah.
The cooking, everybody might want to see me cook fish and stuff, which I might do.
Yeah.
But, some of the other stuff, I make melee weapons.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on my channel. Someone's starting another channel just for that.
I'm going to put some cooking on my fishing channel, because I do a lot of cooking, and I love to show people different, ways to cook stuff.
Yeah, me too.
That was pretty good, Troy.
Oh, that, like I said, that's not even one of my good ones. That's not even
that fast. That's one person I miss I used to know. I don't listen to the new rap crap that's out nowadays. But
That's not music.
Twista, Twista is
Yeah.
one that I loved, and he was one of the fastest rappers there was when he was
Yeah.
big.
Well, I know you've listened to Linkin Park, right?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
met Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park. When Chester Binghamton passed away, the day that he died, I sit down and I come out with a song on the in the end.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do cook better not fish, Aaron. I do cook better not fish.
You guys are cracking me up.
But see, the bad
when
part
you
is,
don't think, when you don't know who's there, Aaron's still hanging on.
yeah. But
Hey,
tell you
hey,
right
hey!
now,
Come on
Aaron,
now,
yeah.
I fish good. I just don't find the fish very well.
You
I mean, I
have
don't.
to-
Look
you
how
don't
good
have
I'm
to
doing
cook
right
fish.
now. I
Well,
got
the
these
reason
rods
why
out there.
Aaron said that is Aaron does have a good point there because I mean, normally I fish good, but ever since I started YouTube, I can't catch a fish to save my life.
But
Because
hey,
I'm
who's the one sitting on the water right now with baits in the water?
Yeah.
Hey, you are, because I can't even get to the border. So yeah, but no, I actually went to culinary art school. My old rap partner, matter of fact, he went to culinary art school, and they had where you can bring in somebody for a whole semester to see if they like the school.
2 week
And
training at Burger King is culinary school.
no, that wasn't culinary. But
I was messing with you.
he went to culinary art school. Well, he brought me in for a semester and everything else to see if I liked the school. And his instructor, the exact words were, this school is not for you. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you're far advanced of what anything you're going to learn here for the next 2 or 3 years. I'm like, huh, okay. So I don't need this crap. I just go home. And I didn't go back.
Yeah. Well, like Aaron says, he don't give nobody shit if he don't like them. So that must mean Aaron likes me.
Aaron's a good guy too.
I do remember being there one time when Aaron actually. I heard him say it verbally. He said, "I respect Dan. He fished in my tournament and he goes out and tries." So, hey, Aaron's a good guy. I like Aaron. I can't wait for him to put on another one because I'll be right there. I'll be right there doing it.
No,
Yeah,
Rob, John
you're
Parker
right,
hasn't
Bob.
Well,
John
guys,
Parker's not touching my bras. It's on all the bad juju's from me, and I think it's the bad YouTube juju. And
well, guys, hey, it's 4:30 in the morning. I've been going for over 3 hours now.
Yeah, if you need to go, we can let you go.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got to finish packing up, and I've got almost a half hour drive home.
Yeah.
So
I'll come on your show again when like I said, I'm laying in bed and I'm not dressed right for
no, you
YouTube,
keep pointing that out. You keep wanting us to know that you're in bed, undressed. We're gonna have to.
I'm
Hey.
in my underwear, and if I put my camera on, I might get a free place to live in Australia.
Maybe so. Hey, I did shave about 1.5 inches off my beard last night.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've seen you several times fishing.
yeah,
I want to get rid of my beard, but I got to wait a few months, about a month.
Well,
There's
you know,
reason why I gotta
it
wait.
sucks. I'm one of them people that I'm constantly playing with my beard. And now I don't have it to sit here and grab on and play with. And now it's down to like 3/4 of an inch. But
Yeah.
that's all right. But yeah,
Well, I'm
I
sorry
appreciate
you didn't catch no fish tonight.
yeah, me too. But I've had a lot of good conversation. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being in here.
And it helps the night go by quicker.
Yeah. And it was a last minute thing. I just said, hell with it. Daniel only lives a couple miles from here and got done hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? The lake's on the way home. I have no time constraints, so I'm just going to stop and see if I can catch something.
Yeah.
But, had no luck. Gave it a try.
As soon as it warms up, I'm going to be out there a lot and making a lot of videos. But, it's got to warm up here. It's just been nasty in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
it has.
I do appreciate
I had to pick up your channel because Half Century, I had to pick your channel up. I don't think I've got it yet, but I'll pick it up as soon as I get a chance.
Yeah, it's Half Century Catfishing. My email is the same thing at gmail.com.
Well, Troy, you should be a mod here, ain't you?
Yeah.
All you got to do is click his name and bring his channel up and subscribe to him.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that.
Quick
Yeah,
and
Bob-
simple. But
Bob's
yeah,
been putting
Chad,
channels up tonight.
Sandy, Brokeback Bob, Half Century, Troy, Aaron,
Yep.
everybody, Martin. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, hanging out with me for as long as you did.
Yep.
Gave it that old college try, but it didn't
was-
work out tonight.
It was a good show. They'll be talking about us for a while.
That'd be nice, but I ain't worried about the popularity. I just come
Well,
in here and try.
We need some hits, some subs.
Yeah. I just, I come out here, I try to enjoy my time. And if I don't catch fish, well, at least I can provide some good social interaction for people.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I'll probably go back through this live, what I'll do tonight, because I'm pretty sure all the links was dropped. I think Martin dropped everybody's link.
Yeah,
I'll go back
Brokeback Bob put a couple up there earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Martin had been sharing links for everybody, so Martin.
Bob, if you got a channel, I'll pick yours up too. I think I've got everybody else.
Yeah, Bob's good at putting all that information up.
I'm not sure if I have Half Century or Brokeback Bob, but I'll definitely have to check those. And Bob, yes, I appreciate. Yeah, I enjoyed you guys being here, Bob. I enjoyed your conversation and talking and everything. So, but guys, like I said, it's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, get home. Be careful driving home.
Oh yeah, I've got it's not. Well, it's about a 25-minute drive home, but it's all country roads. We've got to watch the deer. So I haven't had any trouble with them being in the road when I've gone home, but still, you never know. It always takes that one time.
Yeah.
But be careful going home, Dan. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here.
All right. See you later, Troy. See you later, Bob.
Troy, Half Century, appreciate y'all coming up and keeping me company and everybody else.
Okay.
But everybody, y'all have a good night, and I will talk to you guys here in the next tomorrow or Monday sometime soon.
All right. Have a good one, y'all.
All right.
See ya.
We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
End. Hey, why won't you end? I don't know why it won't end. There we go.